The existence of ghosts is not proven. Many experiments have claimed to identify ghosts, but none have been scientifically sound.
Excellent. See, that's a sensible, intelligent, logical, thoughtful answer.
Weird things have happened to me when I was living at home and was in bed one
Where do
night.
you live now?
No, but I was at my first home.
Your parents?
Yeah, my mum and dad's. So I'm in bed and I'm lying there, and you know you get that sense of like, oh, there's something going on. And I sort of look over my quilt and there's nothing there. Thinking it's weird that. So turn me back on it. I'm thinking I don't want to know. If there is something there, I don't want to know. Right? So I'm turning me back on it. But then there's like a really high-pitched noise, right? Sort of the hairs on my back are like going up a bit. And I'm like, oh, I don't like this. And it's the high-pitched noise.
You had a hairy back even as a kid?
No, but you know, everyone's got little hairs on them, haven't they? Everyone's got little tiny hairs on them and stuff. And I thought, I can't stand this. And I turned around, put the light on, legged it downstairs. Right? And my mum's saying, what are you doing? I went, oh, I don't know, there's something up there. So she said, all right, and watch the telly. So I stayed up for a bit, watching the telly. Went back to bed, the high-pitched noise had gone. Went to sleep. Get up the next day. Charlie from next door comes round. He goes, Hilda's dead. Right? And my dad said, oh, when did that happen? He said, last night at 11:15.
Right.
That's when I was in bed.
So, what are you telling me for?
Because it's weird, isn't it? It's that thing of...
What do you think would be weirder that no one ever died at 11:15 when you were in bed?
No, but that's when all the weirdness was going on. That's when the tone was happening, my back was getting itchy and stuff. And
Coincidence?
And I went down and watched telly, went back up to gone and that, but that's when her spirit had sort of...
No.
Ah, okay, right, interesting. No, this is where we get into the facts.
So Hilda's spirit...
That's whizzing round my bedroom, because my bedroom was right next door to theirs.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, that's one.
Why do they whiz round when they die? Why do spirits whiz round when they die?
Because they're going, where am I going?
Are they?
They're whizzing round, aren't they? Am I going down? Am I going up?
No, it's calm.
No,
we're
but
going the wrong way.
Yeah, but it's not going to be easy, is it? How do you think it works?
It doesn't work.
But once again, it's not proof of anything, Carl. Beyond the fact that you were a child in bed.
Why did your dad ask what time she died?
No, he just sort of, you know, what do you say to someone when it's awkward, isn't it? When someone gives you bad news, so you just think, well, what can I ask?
What time was that? Sorry?
No, you just go,
Exactly what time did she die?
My wife passed away.
Yeah,
what time is that?
No, not exactly. He just said, that's bad. When did that happen?
And he said, well, thanks for asking.
Quarter to 11. What did he say last night? That's weird, isn't it? Convenient, aren't they, all these stories?
Or is it? Or, yeah, I mean, it's either that's exactly what happened, Rick, or he's misremembering the
I don't know which one to plump for.
But I'll tell you this, though.
Go on.
You know, if we're talking about ghosts and that.
Yeah.
Now, Hilda.
Yeah.
Choose your bog standard old woman.
Right. I think that's on the gravestone.
I know, yeah.
No,
did you do the eulogy?
No, you know.
That's great. What can we say about Hilda? Bog standard old woman. Right, there's sandwiches at the bar.
That's the most insulting thing you could ever say.
There's nothing...
Let's just think about
Hilda lived her life. Thank you for coming to celebrate the life of Hilda.
Who died at 11:15 specifically.
And was a bog standard old woman. Are we burning or burying?
But anyway, she lived to be quite old.
Which annoyed you?
In a bog standard way.
But this is what we're saying about us all living too long and stuff. It just makes it worse when it does come to us being a ghost.
I don't know what you're talking about again.
That sentence made no sense.
Just, if you are going to be haunted, right, say, I know you're going to say, well, I don't believe in them, so I'm not worried, so don't be going on about it. But say, like, you know, your new place that you bought, you move in, and you go to bed, and there's something moving about the room. You see it, it's a ghost.
Oh, no.
Okay, no, let's... For the sake
More
of
likely, a Siamese cat called Ollie.
No, because that's probably got its own room, right? But what I'm saying is, would you prefer to have an old person moving about looking at you, or just a young person? I'd prefer a youngish person who looks normal and he's sort of floating about, and you go, right.
That looks normal, floating about.
No, but an old woman would really scare me. And ghosts are always going to have a bad reputation because they look scary because they're old. So that's...
You talk absolute shit.
That's all I'm saying. So
Can you believe we ever charged for this?
No, but look, if we are going into another life, right, after this,
which we're not,
we move on to another life,
yeah.
We're not going to move on. That land, say if it is like another world, where we go and we plough fields and we grow croppage. We grow crops, if you want.
Yeah, well, I would like to use the English language.
Yeah, there's too much fruit about, so just a crop, just something we need to get back. Fruit about.
He's got an answer for everything.
That's
so we grow some crop.
Yeah. So you grow your crop, and now if we're all going into that other land or world or universe, old, who's going to do the cropping?
Oh God! Oh, yeah. I've never had so much crop in my life.
It's a load of old crop.
I had to go for an ultrasound, right?
Isn't that what you do if you're pregnant?
Yeah, but do you know how that kidney stone?
Are you expecting?
We talked about it in the other podcast that we've done, right? I've had a kidney stone. I don't want to go on about it. But it's painful and that.
Well, you are going on about it.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I'm just saying.
It's routine. Don't worry about
It's
it.
not routine. Why do you have to keep going back? Why do you have to keep going back? You're questioning me.
You get into a routine, keep going back. It's better than work, isn't it? You don't have to sell the book. No, holiday or hospital. Holiday or hospital. Holiday or hospital. I don't know. I would just say that we've got a book out, right? The World of Karl Pilkington. It's out now. Word he goes on holiday the first week, right? He's in and out of hospital. It's doing no good. He's got to go in again. He goes away with his family like twice a year. Goes away with Suzanne's family twice a year. He's now said he doesn't want to do any press for it because it's boring, or he doesn't want. Why aren't you plugging the book? Well, I mean, if you're an author, you've got to get behind.
I've bought books without hearing someone telling me to buy stuff.
No, you're lazy. You're lazy.
I'm not lazy. It's just that I'm sick and tired of putting telly on or the radio and having people telling me, oh, you've got to buy this, you've got to buy that. No, I don't have to do anything. I'll have a look myself when I'm in a bookshop. Let them just find it.
But there are hundreds and thousands of books, Karl. They may not find it.
Well,
You're trying to direct them towards it.
I don't want to direct them to it. I just, if you come across it...
But why have you put all this work into this book, all these illustrations you've done in extra material?
Because I enjoyed it for me.
Right, but you don't want anyone to read it, so why just put it in a drawer?
They will read it. They'll find it. People will find it. It's in the shop, isn't it? I'm always finding little books on different things and what have you.
Yeah, but you don't read them. You read the first couple of lines and you get it wrong.
So I went back, right, and they had the ultrasound thing where they're looking to see what else is in there. And when I was in the waiting room, there was a woman there. I reckon she was about 98. Why are they rooting around in her to see what's up with her? Just let her die. Do you know what I mean? If she's not in any pain. No, I'm just saying, how long does she want to be around? And the problem is, she went off, right? I was sat in the waiting room, she went off into the little cubicle to put her a gown on. And because she's old, she can't bend her arms and that. So she came out with it all open on the back. And it was horrible. It looked like a chicken that hasn't been looked after, right? It was all leathery skin and that, right? Now, the thing is, it's all very well keeping people alive, but the surroundings of the body isn't meant to be lasting that long, is it? Do you know what I mean? The actual skin of a body, it's all very well keeping the heart going, checking the kidneys and all that, but we're not meant to be around this length of time. Yet we're messing with it.
Yeah. Just do the gown up.
You never see insects or anything like that look old. You don't go, look at the state of that.
Because they live about 4 weeks!
Yeah, but maybe that's the way it's meant to be. In the same way, maybe we were only meant to live to be 40.
But why did you go in for your operation then? Why didn't you just think, well, this is it, I've had my time?
If they're looking after an old woman who's about 98, I'm having a go.
Well,
because you want to live on.
She might be flirting with you.
No, she was
keeping it open, just so you can have a little look.
But I'm just saying, is that right? Is it right that they're going in there rooting around and stuff? I didn't like it. I didn't like having it done. I don't like going to the hospital and stuff and the doctors and all that. And she was pushing the thing down. And she said, oh, you can have a look if you want. So
what down where?
On my kidney, she was pushing like this little scanner thing.
Oh, right.
She was going to have a look. I was going, I don't want to have a look. She was going, what's up with you? I said, I don't want to see the insides.
Did they put a tube down the Indian knob?
Yeah, they did all that. We've talked about that in the other...
But you're unconscious, weren't you?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, does it? If you know it's going on, it still bothers you. It's because you're asleep.
Well, not really, no.
What do you mean?
Well, why does it bother you if you're asleep?
Well, that's like saying, oh, I woke up and the house was robbed. Oh, it doesn't matter, you're asleep.
Well, no, but...
It's still going to bother you, isn't it?
but you knew it was happening and you did it willingly. Well, it's not pleasant to go in and be made to go unconscious. That's the unpleasant bit, isn't it? And the pain.
Well, no, it's more the idea of it, isn't it? That's why, doctors tell you everything they do. It's like, don't tell me. You know what you're doing, just do it. I'm not going to say about it. It's not like DIY people coming around and going, oh, what you should have done there is, and you can go, I'll have a go at that next time on my own without calling you out. Forget kidney stones again. I'm not going to go, oh, I've had it done before, I know what to do. I'll stick it up there. Doesn't happen, does it? But what was I saying? So anyway, so she was pushing the scanner over my kidneys and stuff. Yeah. Now, it was weird with her because at no point did she make eye contact with me.
Well, I don't understand what that means. Well, she meant to wink and go, your kidneys are fucked.
No, but it's just weird that she probably spends her days looking inside people more than she does talking to people. I just thought it was odd that that's how she sees people. When she looks at people, she probably sees kidneys.
What, did this doctor?
The woman doctor.
Well, doctor?
Yeah.
Right. So, what you're saying is, the strange thing is that she often spends more time looking in people, because she's a doctor, than chatting to them.
Yeah.
And is it weird that Jonathan Ross is the other way around? Because he's a chat show host. He spends more time talking to people than looking inside them.
No, but even when I was
he's got a different job.
When I was asking her questions, saying, does it look all right? What's it doing? Is it moving about? Asking her questions about my kidney. She could have quite easily just turned around and given me a bit of eye contact.
She was saying, shut up, I'm concentrating, I'm at work.
Looking at the screen in order to answer your questions.
Yeah, she's at work, she's doing something.
No, but just...
If she was here now going, Carl, what are you doing with that microphone? You'd go, shut the fuck up, I'm doing a podcast.
Did she run this scanner over your head? And if so, did she find anything? We'd like to try and educate Karl, Rick, as we have done since we've known him, really, and he doesn't really seem to absorb any information.
No.
And I was asked recently, when I was going back to Bristol, if I would come and talk to a classroom of school children.
All right.
Just talking about careers, and particularly my career. And I went down there. It was in Bristol. It was an inner city school, quite rough area.
You're a son of Bristol.
Exactly. They love
you're a celebrated son of Bristol. You're a Golden Globe winning person who's returned to the homeland.
It annoys me when I go down there that I'm not met as I get off the train like the Beatles used to be when they came back from America.
By a mayor and a brass band.
Hordes of people, ticker-tape.
Forever this day will be called Steve Merchant Day.
Exactly. It frustrates me that I just sneak back into town and there's no fanfare. Yeah. But they asked me to come talk at this school, and I sort of batted them away and said I'm too busy. And so I foolishly left them the opportunity to ask me again, which they did, and I didn't have a decent excuse, so I went. And I was expecting to talk to maybe a room of sixth formers. They were 9, these kids, 9 and 10 years old. But I realised as I was walking into school, I was suddenly really nervous. I was more nervous than anything I've ever done, because I realised that I've not spoken to a child like that since I was a child myself. I've never interacted with them. So I didn't know at what level I would be able to pitch this talk. I didn't know what they understood, what ideas they understood. Obviously, in my mind, I was picturing Karl, and then I was ratcheting it up a few years, sort of IQ-wise.
So what did you talk to them about?
And I was supposed to talk about careers, and I realised very quickly that they didn't really understand conceptual.
Did they know who you were?
Not really. One or two of them vaguely knew. One of them went, "What's Richard Rage like?" And I said,
"You got a deep voice."
Yeah. Actually, that was one of the teachers. And I'm supposed to be talking about careers, how to get into careers, and I start trying to explain the idea of being a writer, and I say that it's very important to be able to get inside other people's minds, figure out how they think, and how, and trying to understand other people. But they didn't really seem to grasp. They started talking amongst each other. They were just losing interest. I lost them straight away. I was devastated.
Oh no.
So then, and this is the worst thing, right? I started lying to them. Because I realised that every time I told a slight lie, because I thought they'd be interested.
That's
they
great.
were. So
I know
on.
Justin Timberlake.
You're not joking, right? They said, one of them said, I understand you used to be a DJ. And I went, yeah, it's great being a DJ because you get to meet pop stars like Robbie Williams and Beyonce. Never met either of them. Never met them. And they went, one of the kids went, what's Beyonce like? and I went, joking, I went, you wouldn't like her. And I said, no, I'm joking. She's lovely, she's sweet, she's good as gold. I was making it up. But they were loving this, and the teacher was going, would you all like to meet Beyonce? And they were going, yeah. And I was thinking, God, well...
I'd bring her down tomorrow.
Well, exactly, but I don't know why I felt it was like I wanted to win the approval of these 9-year-olds.
That's amazing.
Because my own achievements, I realised, wouldn't mean anything to them. You know, I can talk about the people I have met, but they don't care if I've met Robert De Niro, but they're interested if I've met Girls Aloud. Or me and Girls Aloud, some of the times we've had together, it turns out. But it is fascinating when you have to interact with people, with children like that, because I've got no concept of how to talk to children. To me, I can't grasp the difference really in conversation and chat between, say, a 7-year-old and a 13-year-old. I don't know at what point they learn stuff and pick stuff up. Do they understand? Do you know what I mean? I find it really hard.
I remember once when I was about 9, the headmaster, the headmaster, used to do a little fable. I've talked about him in stand-up. He used to do a little fable. There's one I remember where he got a tube of toothpaste and he got someone up and said, come on here, squeeze this tube of toothpaste out on this board. And he squeezed it all out, right? And he squeezed it all out and emptied it. He went, now put it back in. And the kid tried to struggle. He goes, you can't do it. He said, it's easier to do something than undo it. Okay, go back to class. Like people are going, I get it. I know what he means.
Yeah.
But they're just thinking, don't squeeze all the toothpaste out.
Yeah.
Just save some.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way they're going to take on that metaphor at the age of 9.
It's too conceptual, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Just stop misbehaving or I'll smack you. That worked. Carl, have you had to have any dealings with kids? How do you get on with kids? Do you relate to them? Or are they just as angry and perplexed by your views as we are?
I mean, it's with everything, isn't it? Everyone's different and that. I can get on with some young kids all right, and some of them are, like, a bit cocky and whatever. But I'm sort of getting on with the baby at the moment, because I've been made a godfather.
Think of that.
So...
wow, who did they reject?
I know.
No, I mean...
Who said no?
Yeah.
Well, I did at first, and
Brilliant.
then Suzanne said, look, it's not really a choice. It's not like a job interview or something that you're thinking about. Is it a good thing? So you've been asked. You should take it on.
But what if they... Hold on. If you're the godfather of this kid, presumably you're friends with them, and they probably listen to this podcast. So now they're hearing, for the first time, that you didn't want to be godfather.
Yeah, but I think that's good, because they can hear that, it wasn't... I didn't just do it because I was asked. I thought about it, I thought it through. I was worried. It was kind of like, is this a job? And I was just.
Well, it's nothing but tokenistic, is it? You're not.
Well,
really...
this is what I looked into. I said, we went back, and I said, right, I've been thinking about this thing. I've heard that it's my job. If anything happens to them, I've got to kick in. And I'd have to start looking after the baby. So I said, right, how many of you are in your family? If that happens, am I going to start getting a phone call or what? And he said, no, there's a big family. You're not. You're at the bottom of the list. So I was like, how many? And just finding out what their age is. and I've only got a small flat. It would have to sleep in the sink or something, right? So I checked all that out, and all safe. So this baby, it's spooking me out a bit because it doesn't blink. And that's pretty weird when you're sort of talking to it and you're thinking, it's not blinking.
Are you sure it's not asleep?
No, honestly, it's weird. If something doesn't blink, it's like it's evil. Because blinking just makes something look a bit more friendly, doesn't it? And I was stood there, talking to it, just tell it little stories about anything. It's lying there looking up at me.
How old is it?
It's must be about 2.5 months.
Well then, why are you telling it stories?
Because it likes it. But it's just weird how, then I'll sort of forget the story because I'm looking at it going, it's not blinked yet. In about 10 minutes, it's not blinking. So then I forget the end of the story and I just walk away because it's not bothered anyway. It's probably not listening, is it? But...
What a pointless tale! What a pointless tale now and and at the time.
I think it likes it. The kids like stories, like you say. They're not bothered if it's not true or anything.
Or if you walk away before the ending because you've forgotten it.
That's why it's not blinking. It's so dumbstruck at the idiocy coming out of your gob.
No, but you don't need to hear endings of stories. Maybe, like I said to you.
That's the point of the story, isn't it?
No, it's not.
That's the point why people... That's why people like stories, because they're hooked into knowing what happened.
No, because there's loads of films that happen and they have a funny ending. You leave there going, you know what's meant to happen? And you make it up in your own head. You go, well, I bet what happened is that person went off and got married to that woman and they lived that.
And then in your head, it's the truth. It's actually what happened.
But I think that's better. Why are we told everything?
So what would your end be to a story such as The Elephant Man? Okay, he's rescued from the freak show. He's put in the hospital, he becomes something of a celebrity, then what happens?
He discovered he had big ears and he could fly, and he joined the circus and he was the main attraction.
I wouldn't change the end that much, because at the end of the day, you can't make something up that's not believable. At the end of the day, he's got an head like an elephant. He's not going to have a good life, is he? So there's no point making out that he went on, loads of women fancied him, and he modelled hats. It's not going to happen. So he's got to die. The Elephant Man had to die, but at the same time,
he was shot by poachers.
For
his tusk.
Show a few positives, because I'm sure there was good bits in his life. I don't know what they were, but look at everything.
What was he like when he was a little baby elephant?
They didn't cover what he was like as a kid, but you can get away with them sort of looks when you're a baby. You can be an ugly baby and everyone goes, oh, isn't it nice? There was some woman in a cafe the other week that I was sat in, and she came up and she sat down with a mate and she was talking loudly, going on about, oh, the baby's lovely. They said it's got lovely big eyes, really big hands and feet. Now that doesn't sound like a nice baby to me. I felt like saying it sounds like a frog, but I thought, I don't know her. There's only so much you can say to a stranger. I don't know what kept me from saying it. That's what I was saying before about there's something.
It sounds like a frog.
There's something inside of you that stops you.
Yeah, that's amazing that you had the urge to go. That doesn't sound like a good baby. What, love? I'm just listening to the conversation. That baby you're talking about sounds like a fucking frog.
Yeah, but something stopped him saying it.
I just came back from America, and they love Halloween.
They're obsessed with it.
I mean, it's a proper thing out there. Here it's sort of half-hearted. A few middle-class families, sort of.
But do you think it'll get more popular here, though, if we do find out that ghosts are about?
Well, that never happened because they're not.
No,
okay?
but if they did, then suddenly that would be a big.
Well, America makes things famous now. Because of film culture and everything. So yeah, it's all from that. I doubt we celebrated much at all, did we, 50 years ago? So I think it's crept up.
Certainly over here we didn't, but it's been largely introduced over here through commercial ideas, isn't it?
Yeah,
we can sell stuff.
And film and things like that. And but out there they start like weeks and weeks before, and they're decorated like proper. And but I saw a little bakery in Soho, and it didn't look right with cobwebs all over it and spiders on the buns.
Yeah.
But even though it's fake, it's just I don't think you should do it on a bakery. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's
just
a bit
that's surely.
Sunny day, so I went for a walk in the park. There was a bloke walking down the street who was whistling some kind of annoying tune. He seemed quite happy with himself. Do people only whistle when they're happy? I don't whistle very much.
It's a good point. Whistling is so inane to me. But yeah, it's sort of like going, I'm content. It really is that thing that if they go, you go, well, Mr. Mellors, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Not only has your wife died, but you've lost the house. Thanks, Doctor.
Won't happen.
No, you don't whistle when you're sad. The other place you hear it, of course, is changing rooms. And that's men going, I'm whistling, so I'm not looking at your cock. How could I be? I'm concentrating on whistling.
The lake was frozen over where I was walking. The ducks looked worried. They were sat on the edge of the lake waiting for it to melt. Were they, Carl?
Yeah, we just sat there looking, sort of going, oh, what's going on? I don't know. How long is a duck's memory? Because I wondered whether they're going, this doesn't seem right, but I don't know why.
I asked Suzanne why ducks don't use their wings much. They seem to walk and swim more and don't bother using their wings. Suzanne said she had to call her mum and dad, so I never got an answer.
The old excuse. Suzanne, oh, I can't talk now, Carl.
Gonna phone my mum. There was a marathon type run going on in the park. It reminded me of the time when we were moving flat. It was the day of the London Marathon. Me and Suzanne were walking down the middle of the road, taking some stuff to our new flat. I was carrying a lamp and a kitchen bin. People were clapping me, thinking I was doing some kind of fun run.
Why were you walking on the same route?
Because it was when we lived on the Docklands.
Oh, brilliant.
There was no other route. The flat was just about 100 yards down the road.
They're going, look at the bloke with the bald wig. He's carrying a lamp and a bin.
Took a bag of old clothes to Oxfam. It was just old t-shirts and a couple of jumpers with holes in it. I don't think anyone will buy them, but the Oxfam is closer to the flat than the wheelie bin is. On the tube on the way back home, saw an advert for a book about a woman who works in a funeral home. She went into work one day, she goes to work on a body, she takes the sheet off of one of the bodies, and it looks exactly like her. This is called a doppelganger.
What's a doppelganger to you?
It's the thing I read about ages ago where someone was walking down the street.
Yeah, and he sees someone who looked to it like him.
And no, this was weirder than it.
Go on.
He remembers like going down that street as a kid on his bike whistling.
Yeah.
And then he sort of is walking down the street, going to get some milk or whatever from the shop. Little bike comes whizzing past. He hears the whistling. He goes, that's weird. Looks for it. It was him when he was a kid. So it's like a time.
Shit. What do you mean it was him as a kid?
This is like a different form of doppelganger. It's just
Well, it's impossible. It's rubbish.
some sort of time thing, isn't it?
No,
It's
it's
time.
not even that's impossible. So don't
It's
worry
just like
about
a time thing, Rick. No.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
what you
like a time
read
thing.
again on the internet, or as a short story, or something someone told you.
On my walk back from the tube, I saw a jogger who was pushing a pram at the same time. The kid looked terrified. Got my science book out. It said that the static you get on the telly when a channel isn't tuned in properly is radiation that is still knocking about from when the Big Bang happened. I thought about the Big Bang and wondered if it was really a Big Bang or did it just sound louder as there was no other noise to drown it out.
Good point, isn't it?
Carl's diary, Rick, never ceases to amaze. More from that next week.
I don't believe that he's written it down.
Well, that's the jingle that signals it's time for more extracts from Carl's diary, and we'll lunge straight into it. Wandered down Carnaby Street. There was a happy homeless fella. I gave him £1.50. I thought of a tongue twister after giving him the money. It goes, if you can't treat a cheerful tramp, what sort of tramp can you treat?
It's good, that.
All
Say
right.
it fast.
If you can't treat a cheerful tramp, what sort of tramp can you treat?
Good, isn't it?
Good, that, yeah. You've got too much time on your hands, Carl.
Learned some famous quotes to see if they are as good as my sayings. Number 1, treat every day as if it's your last. Very famous saying. Now, is that something you do, Carl?
But you know, my problem with that one is that if it was your last, you wouldn't want to be doing much. That's the only problem I've got with that. I wouldn't want to, go to a fairground or whatever because you're going, oh, it's my last day, what am I going to do? And I think you'd spend so much time worrying about what you're going to do that you'd end up staying in.
I think you're right. You've taken some of the poetry out of it. I think it means live life to the fullest, right?
I like the fact that you were musing on the idea that if it was your last day, you'd go to the fair. It's getting such a 19th century way of spending your final day.
I know, yeah. Well, the thing is, the other thing is that the only thing that people get depressed about in terms of sort of like, life and death is not the knowledge that they're gonna die, but more the knowledge that they know they're going to die when they're dying. If someone told you no one ever knows when they're going to die, no one ever gets an illness, no one ever gets hit by a truck, everyone passes away peacefully in their sleep, dreaming they're riding a big marshmallow, right? Then you wouldn't care about anything. It wouldn't matter when. It wouldn't matter if you died tomorrow or in 30 years' time. You'd just live life to the full. You'd have every day would be great.
You'd go out, you'd come back, you'd fall asleep. That would be amazing. There'd be no stress. There'd be no angsty, we're all going to die stress, because it wouldn't matter, because it would just be your life. Wouldn't it be amazing if someone guaranteed you, Carl, you're going to die in your sleep? I'm not going to tell you when.
Yeah, but some people do, don't they?
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
but we never know we're going to, because we stress. What if we get a dreadful illness? What if we, you know...
But we're almost not letting people die naturally anymore, are we? Because we're always bodging stuff up.
What do you mean?
Well, someone who might naturally die in the sleep aren't allowed to naturally die in the sleep because they wake them up with those electric things and get them going again and pop in a new lung or whatever whilst they're at it. That's what I'm saying. They don't just... You never hear it anymore, do you? Frank peacefully died in his sleep. No, he died on the operating table whilst we were putting in a new lung. They don't die naturally anymore.
Frank died peacefully with 40,000 volts going through them and a couple of people going, clear! Clear!
Rushing about today. Got to get a lot done as I'm flying to Malaga tomorrow to see my mum and dad. Don't like flying. I'd be happy if they give you a parachute instead of a life jacket. They say Da Vinci invented the parachute as well as the helicopter. He never got round to making them though because he only drew them on some paper. Got up at 5 a.m. as I had to get to Heathrow to get on the plane to see mum and dad in Malaga. Went out for a drink with a cousin who lives in Spain. Ain't seen her for 27 years. Oh, that must have been tricky, making conversation.
I didn't really bother. Because where do you start? I might as well go up to anyone on the street and start having a chat.
You have to get further back than... did you want Chantal to win Big Brother?
Yeah. Me dad and me talked about history. I said we shouldn't go on about things that happened ages ago because I bet something similar has happened more recently.
Brilliant.
Read about an island in the Indian Ocean where there are tribesmen still living like they're cavemen. A helicopter tried to land and the tribesmen chucked spears at them. This is what I meant about not having to talk about things that happened ages ago. We have got new cavemen now, so why do we talk about the old ones? People could have lived before, but computers and all that blew up and books got burnt, so all they had left was what these tribesmen have got left.
Ramblings.
That's the ramblings
man.
of a maniac. That's just a few hours before you go crazy with a gun in the...
No, but what I mean there is, right, say if all this has happened before, right, podcasting's been happening years ago, something happens.
Again, a lot of information from the Planet of the Apes.
Something happens, world ends, right, we come back again somehow.
Yeah. It's the detail you leave out that makes you intriguing. Just like the watch that you can wear that tells you when you're going to die. How does it work? Pop it on your wrist. That's all the detail you need. So the world happened, we came back,
Have you seen the pictures? Forget it then if you don't get it.
It's interesting that you had all those profound thoughts about this period in the past when they all lived, but you still found it appropriate to include at the end of that. It says the tribesmen wave their knobs about when they've had enough of having visitors.
That's what it said in the paper. That's what happens. They're quite happy.
What paper is this that you're reading?
It was in like a paper a couple of days ago. It said they don't mind having visitors if they're bringing them coconuts and stuff that they can eat. Once they've got everything they need, they start waving the tackle about, and that means like, right, leave now, which you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, at a dinner party.
My grandfather used to do that.
Oh, chimpanzee, that is raining down. What?
That's the jingle there for Carl's Diary. Still a very popular feature on show 1/13. Here we are. Got a book sent to me called Freaks. It's a bit heavy, but it's got some interesting pictures in it. Read a bit about the two-headed nightingale. She/they was on tour in London years and years ago. It cost 2 shillings to have a front row seat. She/they had 2 heads/2 arms and 4 legs. They are called Siamese twins because the first twins that were born stuck together were Siamese. On one of the pictures they are playing chess against the doctor. That hardly seems fair.
2 heads are better than 1.
So it's 2 heads, 2 arms and 4 legs. That's just 2 women in one dress.
Yeah, that's 2 women with an arm missing.
Yeah. Spoke to Ricky and his friend Glyn about art. I just don't get it. Ricky had some odd pictures on his walls. I don't have any pictures up in my flat because of the mirrored wall. But I can't say I'm bothered. The mirrored wall, we should just explain what that is. When you moved into your flat, there was an enormous mirror on one wall, was that right?
We just got this flat, and you know, it's not a big flat, so I think the people who had it before us, he was a gay fella, right, which was a bit like, what's he been doing with that mirror and that? But
What?
no, just, you know.
What has he been doing with the mirror?
Well,
What's
it's just
he been
a bit
doing?
there. No, it's just because they're quite sort of experimental in it, aren't they? And
I don't know. What do you mean? What do they do?
Well, I wouldn't know anything about it, but go on.
No, what do you?
no, I don't.
Experimental in what
What do
way?
you mean experimental?
I just mean, you know, they'd be doing stuff.
What?
Whatever they do.
Chemistry,
What?
at a chemistry set, they were doing experiments, what?
No, just doing what.
Singing "I Am What I Am" and just checking out the
Each to
dance
their own. I'm
moves.
not having a go at anyone, but
What?
I'm just saying, like, they're doing what they're doing. Which
Carl, you're
is
not
annoying as well.
homophobic, are you?
because-
You're not-
No, I'm not.
What?
This is why.
Why are you worried about what a little gay fella was doing in your flat before you got it in front of a mirror?
I wasn't worried about it.
Why are you thinking about what he's doing? Why are you fantasising what a little gay fella was doing in front of your mirror in your...
I'm not bothered. I'm just telling you why it was a bit odd that he had a mirror in there, right? But forget the history.
But you've got a mirror in there now, haven't you?
No, because what I did was I was going to take it down, and I thought, oh, it's a bit dangerous. This, you know, it could crack.
Because it's the
fall.
size of the whole wall, isn't it?
It took up a whole wall.
Right.
So like when he's moving about everywhere, he's got a good view of it and that. But he's got this full wall of mirror, and I thought I can't take that down. And I thought, what can I do? So I've just put wallpaper on it.
Brilliant.
And it looks all right. You wouldn't know, what have you? But it means that I can't put any pictures up. That's all I'm saying. Because I've put a nail in.
And what don't you understand about art? What about art don't you understand? The concept? Specifics?
Just the way some people like, you know, the ones you've got where it's just like a block of colour on a bit of canvas. It's like, what's that?
Abstract. It's just abstract. It's you know, it's vibrancy of colour. It's you know, an attack on the senses. Or it could be, there could be something in there that you might see. You might not see first time round, or it could be, you know.
Yeah, but there's loads of stuff to look at without having to do that.
But
You've
that's
got
the point.
windows. I can understand if you had a cell and there's no windows and you want a bit of colour. But you've got a window to look out of, and you've got like just a big block of...
But I was explaining this to you, the photograph where people before, you know, art was photography. It was realistic, and you know, they had to make it look like the subject. But then when cameras came in, that's when people started doing surreal stuff. And
I understand that.
Otherwise, there was no point to it. They had to find a new way to represent things that photography couldn't do as such.
No,
So-
that's like when we were in London having a shop around at Christmas and there was that picture of fruit for 700 quid. It's like, well, just get some fruit. You know what I mean? You can get some real fruit for 3 quid.
Yeah.
I understand that, but there's nothing wrong with like having a... We'll get... Don't invent cameras then, one or the other. Do you know what I mean? That's what annoys me. Someone invents something and then they go, we've got to invent something else. Like the abstract thing. Why has someone gone, oh, I can't have paintings anymore because...
Wasn't it a Dali going melting clocks and stuff? No?
I mean, the first one was all right when he did the first clock, but then all the time he's just like, oh, I'll draw something and it's got a melting clock on it. I'll do a sheep, put one of them on it.
Have you seen his lobster telephone?
That annoys me.
Why?
Because he's not, I mean, I think what annoyed me more with that is when he heard about how it happened, he had some artist mate round, right? And I don't know what happened. They were eating.
That's a good head of an anecdote.
No, but they were eating some food and what have you.
Yeah.
Lobsters?
And they were eating lobster. And
That's handy.
I don't know, the other artist, whoever it was, sort
Telephone?
of started saying, oh, you and your clocks and all that, right?
Brilliant.
And,
This didn't happen.
They started arguing,
Yeah.
and he chucked some of the lobster.
Bollocks.
And it landed on the phone?
bounced off his mate's head, went on the phone, and they both looked at each other like, are you thinking what I'm thinking? And they brought out that phone as a bit of art. Things like that annoy me. Because it was then just messing about.
That didn't happen.
Just telling you what I know. I saw his work. Each to their own, if that's what he's doing. I'm just saying, I'm not putting my stamp of approval on it.
Heaven forbid. Well, you know, as you mentioned in your diary, your favourite artist is Lowry, because you can look at them for ages and see someone different every time you look at it.
All I'm saying is, art should be there to tell a story, not just to have a splash of colour. We know colours out there, there's loads of colour. We don't need to be reminded of it.
But colour's part of our evolution, and so it does something to us. Just like sounds.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do a picture,
Smells.
colour it in. Still use the colours, but draw something with it rather than just going, bit of yellow, bit of red. Like the one you've got, just red and black. What's that meant to do?
Well, it does something.
What?
Well, I like it. I enjoy it, so it does something.
Yeah, you have it then. I'm just saying, I prefer it if it was something.
And so let me just get straight. You had a mirror on one wall, so you padded that wall.
It's just
and
sort
you
of,
padded the others.
It's just sort of wallpaper on it.
Right.
Amazing.
And there's no other art in there.
Not
It's just an empty cell.
Well, Suzanne like some art. Just like it says Suzanne's not allowed to watch telly unless it's a favourite thing. Otherwise, she's got to talk to me about stuff. There's no art. There's no point. Just wallpaper.
I'm just saying, we've got three windows we can look out of.
Right.
Right? Stop looking at the walls. Look out the window.
Some new words have been introduced into the dictionary. Too many words. We should have some system where we can get rid of words if they aren't used a certain number of times.
Well, that we do.
They do die out, don't they, eventually?
Like what?
You don't have to use them.
No, but they don't, do they? They keep adding them. And I just worry about, this is the problem with, like, your head can only hold so much, can't it?
Yeah.
It all very well when Adam and Eve was knocking about. There's no history, they don't have to remember anything. All I'm saying is, fine, bring out a new word, but once you bring out a new one, bin another one. The dictionary's getting bigger and bigger, no one's keeping an eye on it.
Well, I think they are.
They're not, they keep adding.
It doesn't grow. They don't just dig it up one day. It's got bigger. What have you done?
So
left it out.
You're happy for them to stick in iPod, let's say?
But we can pride ourselves on having more words in the English language than any other language. I think we've got twice as many as the second. I think maybe Russian. I'm not sure about that. I'm sure someone email us, but
we don't talk the most, so there's a lot of clutter there.
What do you mean we don't talk the most?
Well, you'd have to. You'd say
Nothing
that.
as expressive as the English language.
Yeah, no, because we've got a word for everything. I'm just saying that I don't use all these words that are coming out, and I just think, like I say, keep an eye on it. Some sort of, I don't know how it can be controlled.
But Shakespeare invented words. I think Shakespeare invented about 1,200 words.
Yeah, we're probably still using a lot of his. So why not keep sticking more in the pot?
Right.
Stop using loads of words.
People are panicking in New York about the snow they're getting. It's 2 foot deep. They're saying it's to do with global warming. I don't get it. 2 days ago they were saying the world's getting warmer and the ice is melting on one of the poles where the polar bears are. As long as we get snow on the world, does it matter where it goes? Read on the internet that heads are bigger now than they were years ago. Brains are getting bigger, apparently. This is because we're being told too much information. We are told too much stuff about things that we wouldn't have known about years ago. You've just made that leap, haven't you? Presume maybe heads and brains are getting larger, but the fact that it's because there's too much information cramming in them.
Well, it is as time goes on, isn't it? It's that thing of we're being taught more and more every day. As time goes on, something's happening every day. You've got to remember that.
No, you haven't.
You have. It's the same, like I said, with the Adam and Eve thing. They didn't have that much to remember. They come on the world, they go, what happened yesterday? Oh, not much.
Oh, chimpanzee, that is written it down again.
Yeah, this is where we read extracts from Karl's diary. We've had to wrestle it from him. He's never happy, but that's the way it goes when you're doing a show as popular as this. And I'm going straight now to this entry. My mum phoned and said that my Auntie Nora, classic Auntie Nora, wanted me to look on the internet to find out what the weather would be like in Spain at the end of November. I don't know where she gets her money from. 2 months ago, she was asking me, Dad, how much it would be to get her back garden astroturfed because she's sick and tired of the grass getting out of
What does she want to do? Start a football team? Why does she want to back garden astroturf?
She likes the sort of green look, but she doesn't like the headache that comes with it, so she's just looking into getting that false grass put in there.
Brilliant.
I don't know how much it is.
Went round to Ricky's and had some chicken curry that Ricky's girlfriend Jane had made. Ricky and Jane were going on holiday for a few days and had arranged for Glyn to come in and make sure the cat was okay while they were away. I'm sick of that cat. I was surprised that they hadn't paid for the little shit to go away with them on first class. Blimey, getting a bit vitriolic in the
Why doesn't he like the fact that I've got a cat and I love the cat? Why?
It's just everything in that house that gets sort of special treatment, and it's a cat. And
What do you mean you get special treatment?
Sometimes
We put food down for it, and sometimes it gets on our lap and we stroke it.
You don't just stroke it.
We're
You
not saying
massage it. You massage its back. You go, no, you're stressed out.
Well, no, it's
stressed out."
good. No, I'm not saying you stressed out. At no point did I say you stressed out. You said, "What the fuck are you doing for? Is it stressed out or something?" I like touching my cat.
To be honest with you, I don't like Ricky's cat.
I can't believe
Because every time I go around there, it comes straight from the ghoulies. Instantly.
Yeah, he probably seen you in the sea and thought, well, if he's waving it about, I'll have a bit of that.
But it's like the lizard thing you've got. He's just sat there. You bought a big box, right, to be in.
Right,
And the
one
last
is a salamander, so it's an amphibian. It's
Yeah.
not a box, it's a big Bavarian.
Yeah, but what I'm saying
And
is...
and if you're going to criticise someone for just sitting there, having a round head and doing nothing with its life, people who live in glass houses, we've done this one.
Do you know what gets me though, right, Steve? When I was there, I was looking at it and I thought, is it dead? Right, because he's just sat there. Like,
And then it was thinking exactly the same fucking
he
thing.
sat there, not moving, right? And then on the top of the box is like a box full of crickets and stuff. That's it. It's its food,
Yeah.
right? But they were more active than the thing that it was going to feed. Get rid of the lizards, keep them in there. More entertaining. Don't understand it.
A few months back, a girl who was having a kid showed me one of them scans of the kid that was in her. That's science gone mad, innit? I couldn't think of anything nice to say, as it looked like a frog.
Do you know why we've got to that point? What? Why have we got to see something that young? Why?
Because people can keep an eye on the progress of the baby in the womb.
Yeah, but why are they printing it out and stuff? Surely that's for a doctor to see.
Well, that's just an added bonus for people who are interested in such
Well, that's
things.
like saying, why do you take pictures of anything?
No, because normally pictures are like, you in Brazil, sat in the sea or whatever. You go, oh yeah, I remember that day, it was a good day or whatever. But
Wasn't.
it's just kind of like, why have you got to see something? You might as well.
Well, you
go to
just
an
asked this, why have you got to see something that small? So why would you take a picture of Steve in the sea?
No, but what I mean is, why? At what point are we going to stop? Are we going to start sort of X-raying the fella's testicles and saying, well, there it is at a really young age? Well, where are we going to stop?
It's just horses for courses, isn't it? Some people like to have a record of their baby in the womb. They like to show the baby. They're excited about it.
They sit down and they show the friends the slideshow. That's the birth. Oh, that's the conception. Oh, look, Ron's going a bit mad there, isn't he?
But why do I need to see this? This is what I'm saying. It was an awkward situation because she was happy with it. I was like, oh, God. You know what I mean? It was an odd-looking thing. I couldn't say, oh, it looks like it, because that would be a diss.
Met Suzanne at Euston Station. I said I would sort out the tea tonight, so I called the curry house. The fella couldn't understand me. I asked for 2 poppadoms. He kept saying, how many? I kept saying 2. He still couldn't understand. I said 1 more than 1. He understood. When we picked up the food and took it home, there were 5 poppadoms in the bag. There is a restaurant somewhere that sells knobs to eat.
No, there's not.
There is.
No, there's not.
No, there is.
It says that women can't eat too many of them, and if you want a seal's knob for dinner, you have to book in advance.
Right, it's gobbledygook. This is the ramblings of a madman again.
It's a trend, he writes. It won't last long. It'll be like hummus.
But hummus, when did that happen?
What do you mean it's still going? It's a Greek traditional food.
I know, but there's a restaurant down the road that's all they do. That isn't a proper, that's a side order, isn't it? That's like having a restaurant just flogging tomato ketchup. Hummus isn't a meal. They don't even try and kid you and get you in to flog you just hummus. They actually say hummus today. Not going to work, they shut down within a month.
Called Ricky and asked what the difference is between the mind and the brain.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
a hell of a phone call.
Yeah,
to get.
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ricky did explain, but I can't remember what he said. I wondered at what age you are when the mind kicks in. Okay? Ricky changed the subject and said there is an island called Spider Island. There's nothing but spiders on it. A bloke went to visit the island and said there was 1,000 types of spider in one tree. Excited by
I
that?
didn't tell you that.
No, I looked it up after talking to you.
Oh, right. Is that true?
Yeah, they just said there's loads of them.
What do you think about that? What do you think of an island that's just full of spiders?
It's a bit daft, isn't it?
What do you think they should do then?
I don't know, because you need spiders. I don't know what they do, but they say a world without spiders, like, wouldn't be good.
Who says that?
I don't know, someone. But they sort of do something. There's something about if you did get rid of them all, it would have an effect.
Well, of course it would. Get rid of anything, it would have an effect.
Not everything, no. Like I've said, jellyfish and what have you.
Well, no.
The world wouldn't change.
Well, it would.
No, it wouldn't.
Well, it would, because it's part of an ecosystem, so they're something's food, aren't they?
No, but it's 97% water or something.
Yeah.
So how much are they doing? Just give them another 3%, make them water. And that's more useful.
Give them another 3% and make them water. Oh, God.
The rain ain't stopped. The old woman with the bent neck. Now, we've not heard about the old woman with the bent neck before. She's a whole new character.
Incredible.
She's really old.
And she's got a bent neck, yeah, but tell us something else.
I don't know what's up with her, but her head sort of comes out of here.
It's radio. They can't see what you're doing.
It comes out of her chest. So from behind, it looks like she hasn't got an head. It's really weird, right? I mean, she's old, and I don't know what's happened. Just Suzanne said it's sad, and the bones had sort of bent up or something, or maybe she carried something heavy when she was younger.
On her head.
And I don't know. It's sad and everything.
Yeah.
But she's wandering up and down the street. Always looks fed up, but you can see her. You have to sort of bend down a little bit. But her head's just. I thought I told you about.
She finds a lot of change.
Yeah, I said, yeah.
Well, as you write in the diary, the old woman with the bent neck is struggling in the weather. The rain must be running down her back. Don't know why she went out in this weather. Me back's doing me head in today. It does this every time the weather turns a bit grim. Ever since I tried to kick me height. Oh, remember that? We've heard this before. Kicked me height and landed on me arse. Was going to treat Suzanne to a trip to the pictures to see Breakback Mountain, but then remembered there is a programme on about two-headed kid tonight.
What two-headed kid?
It's just a two-headed kid knocking about. And I just wanted to watch that.
What do you mean, a two-headed kid?
It was something on the telly. I only saw the beginning of it. I thought, it seems a bit heavy, this.
The programme about the kid with two heads was a bit sad. They never go into the good sides of these stories. I asked Suzanne what happens if they sit an exam. She said she didn't know.
Oh, chimpanzee, that is only on and written it down, my little...
That's the jingle for Karl's diary, excerpts of which we read each week. Get straight into it. A band from the Conga have won the Best Newcomers in a Radio 3 competition. They use pots and pans for instruments. It says that the Conga is a poor, sad place. So why do people do that happy dance at the end of parties called the Conga?
Right, one is the Congo. There's no place called the Conga. They come from a place called the Congo. Where do you come from? Okie dokie. It's a terrible place that we don't know whether to put our left leg in or our right leg in. Sometimes we shake it all about.
We're not sure if we should.
But
Conga! Fucking hell, you're such a...
Went into the gadget shop today. It's full of stuff that we don't need. Gadget used to be a good word that made you think of James Bond with all his gadgets. The best thing I could find in the shop was a clock that ran on potatoes. We are definitely going backwards.
I agree. Well, who cares about that? A little electrical impulse, so what?
Had a night out with old schoolmate. Found out about more of the other lads I went to school with. One is living underground.
What do you mean living underground? Not like a mole. Do you mean he's got a basement, or do you mean he digs a hole every night?
My mate went to visit him and he said it had been raining really heavily and that, and it's all the rain's running in.
What do you mean he went to visit him? He went down here? What's that? That's an hole in the ground. Yeah, come in.
He just said, come round and see us, and he's living underground.
What do you mean he's living underground?
He wanted to be in the army but was turned away, and that's the closest thing you can sort of...
How is that similar to living
Oh, that's
in
exactly
the army?
like the army, yeah, where they teach you trades and, engineering and flying.
He's happy down there. He said it was really muddy and what have you. He said he won't be going back to visit him.
What's he got down there?
Just stuff, just like a sleeping bag, a lamp.
He's dug himself a subterranean cave.
Near my old infant school, they knocked it down because it was like a wreck. You'd be in the class and you could lean on the wall.
Yeah,
and
subsidence
your hand would go through it and stuff. And they knocked it all down, And I think that's when he was at his most happy, this bloke.
I believe this, though. I believe someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That doesn't shock me. Whether the tales I've heard of horses in houses and big-headed kids with webbed hands and feet, and him, I believe that someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That isn't bizarre to me.
You spent far too long with him if that now you're just happy to accept.
I totally accept that. I'd be surprised if I walked round where he lived that there weren't more people living in holes. His dad wanted to throw his budgie on the fire.
True.
His budgie died, his dad said, let's throw it on the fire. I mean, his mum, what did your mum do when your budgie died?
She just was worried about the other bird that was left, so she made it a bit of company by getting a rock, getting a feather off the dead budgie, sticking it on a rock, putting it in the cage.
So, a man living in a hole is not that bizarre. Right, carry on.
I read my science magazine. Some things I learned from the science magazine. Number 1, space is running out of space. We should stay out of the sea because shark attacks are up.
Yeah, probably 4 a year now.
What he just says here, we should just stop going in the sea. There's no need for it.
Exactly.
Why is there no need for going in the sea?
Just because there isn't now, is there? We've got loads of land. So just, one or the other. We walked out the sea. Now, this is what I mean about going backwards. Getting back in it again. We came from the sea originally. Now we're going back in it. Don't go in it. Unless you're in a boat.
The rules, according to Karl Pilkington.
The rules of Karl Pilkington.
Oh, God.
Did the podcast and then went for a walk round Manchester Square. Years ago, a woman lived round there who had a head like a pig. She was known as the Pig Woman of Manchester Square. That made me think if there were other pig-headed women knocking about London.
Do you know what I mean? Why was she nicknamed that? Why not just the pig-headed woman? That suggests to me like there was loads of pig-headed women, and that's the one of Manchester Square.
Right.
Well, no, it was more to do with identifying her, not amongst other pig-headed women, but go, have you seen the Pig Woman of Manchester Square? I.e., go down there and see the Pig Woman in Manchester Square.
What happens if she's walked off from there, though, and you go, well, no, but I saw one on New Cavendish Street?
No, she'll always come back if you rattle the feed.
Watched a film about Hitler. Didn't watch all of it as it was subtitled. Can't be doing with that. Asked Suzanne if cinemas are full of deaf people when they're showing subtitled films. She said, shh, I'm trying to watch it. I say, what do you mean, shh? It's subtitled, I can make as much noise as I want.
Yeah.
She's a lucky woman.
It must be a joy to watch a subtitled film. I mean, the concentration is up there already. I mean, it is hard to concentrate. It's not as easy as when you're hearing it, because you read things, but it's possible. If you had a buffoon going, I'm just going to sit here and make as much noise as I want, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
What is the point of that? I mean, it's possible, but why do that in a cinema? Just walk into a subtitled film and go, right, everybody, let's all do the conga.
Well, yeah, or during ballet. In ballet they're just dancing. You don't need to listen to the words. Just have a conversation. Or having our bathroom done. The bathroom man was round at 9 this morning. We weren't allowed to use the shower because it all had to be bone dry before we could use his waterproof filler. Not that waterproof then. Went for a brew with Ricky. We talked about monkeys and how they are closer to humans than they are to apes, and how bees will drink cider to get off their heads. Now and again there is a bee that lets the drinking get in the way of the work, and other bees sting it to death. Blimey.
Yeah, well, there's bees. They love a drink, and they will drink pure alcohol. They drink 100%. They drink ethanol. I don't know why. They love getting off it, and they fall down and they're drunk. Right? A bee can take in the equivalent of like 20 litres of wine, right? But some bees get addicted in the same sort of percentage as human addiction. Like 10% of bees, they can't get enough of it. They take ethanol, they take cider apples and that, and then when they get back to the hive, they go in a bit pissed, and they've got guard bees, and they go, come on, we've all had the
bouncers.
Yeah, they sort of are, right? And they push them away and push them away again. Then the next time they go, right, I've had enough, and they give it a good hiding. And Karl couldn't get over this. I saw his face, but I knew that he was thinking of that bee with sort of like eyes rolling around his head, a little bit belligerent with his jacket on backwards.
Yeah.
And the bouncer going, come on, son, we've all had enough. Let's move away, move away.
You're not coming in, right? You're wearing trainers.
Yeah, you're wearing 3 pairs of trainers, and I'm sick of it.
But what I did find out, because I went home and went on the computer and tried to find out about drunk bees knocking about, they're not actually meant to fly. It's only because they don't know.
Fly.
Well, no, but if they were told that you're not actually designed to fly, they wouldn't bother.
No, this is that thing that goes around that aerodynamically, on the face of it, looking at the size of the wings and the body proportions and everything, that it's a surprise that they can fly. Okay, it's not that no one's ever told them they can't, and as soon as someone tells me not meant to fly, they all fall out of the sky going, "Oh, what are we doing?" Like in a cartoon.
No, but it's something about the confidence in that. At the moment, nobody's saying.
It's nothing to do with the confidence. There is no such thing as confidence in bees. A bee never loses his nerve. That's not why he drinks. Because what are you drinking for? He's just not confident anymore. There's no point turn to the bottle. I can't go up there again. You're an idiot.
Oh, chimpanzee that. He's gone and written it down again.
That's the ever-changing jingle for Karl's diary, excerpts of which we like to read each week. Suzanne said today can be my day because she's been a bit of a pain with her illness and that. So she said I can do what I want today. We went for a walk around Green Park. Loads of tourists were about looking at the Queen's house. She was in because the flag was up. I wouldn't want to live there. Why wouldn't you want to live there? Just because it's right in the centre of town?
It's just not in a good place, is it? It's got roundabout side and that.
Really busy.
It's pretty good.
I went for a pee in the toilets. When I came out, a pigeon had shat on Suzanne's coat. She was in a bit of a mood about it. A bird shat on my ear once. I left it for about 10 to 15 minutes until I got home. I washed it off, and in that 10 to 15 minutes, it had corroded my ear.
He's had a lot of problem with ears. He told me the other day, he got up, washed, had a bath, had some breakfast, went to the shops to get a newspaper and milk, had a chat with a woman in the corner shop, got home, pottering around, looked in the mirror, he had a cotton bud sticking out of his ear. He went, what annoyed me was she didn't say anything. Like it's her responsibility.
Yeah.
No, but she knows me well enough to sort of, go, you've got a cotton bud in your ear.
No, she knows you well enough to go, Carl's got a cotton bud in his ear. I've seen worse. When you've got a cotton bud in your ear, what interrupted
I think Suzanne called or my dad called or something, and then because I was running a little bit late because I'd been talking to them, the earbud was in, I just popped my coat on and went to the shop.
Carl, you got a toothbrush in your mouth. Oh.
Walked through Covent Garden. There were 5 of them mimes knocking about. I don't understand why people take pictures of mimes. Everyone looks like a mime in a picture.
That's so true. That's really true. If the point is they're staying still, if that's their skill, a picture won't tell that story. That's absolutely true.
My dad took the cat to be put down today because it kept bumping into things since losing its sight. My mum said she's not going to get another one. She said the parrot is looking worried as it's seen the budgie and the cat go in the space of 3 months.
Your mum said the parrot's looking worried. What happened to the cat then?
It gets into a lot of fights. It lost one eye, and then it got into another fight and lost another.
Oh,
and it was just walking around bumping into stuff. The vet sort of said, we can do stuff to keep it alive and all that, but it's a bit out of order, isn't it? Because it costs a fortune, they shouldn't tell you.
But
Mum and Dad can't afford to have eyes put on it and stuff.
no, you can't have eyes put on a cat
No,
anyway.
but they said, we can do something here. We can have its eyes sorted out.
But I don't think you should be allowed cats.
Why?
Not the Pilkington family.
Why not? Well, they have
keep
good
dying.
lives. Yeah, I know, but they have good lives whilst they're still knocking about. It's just that we get through them.
It's a good job you're not going to have kids.
Oh, God almighty. I can't believe it. The cat that kept throwing up. So his mum shaved it. Unbelievable. Dry wipe cat.
A mate sent me a story on email about a bloke in China who has this weird illness that means he can't have his picture taken. That's not the weird bit. If he tries, his body doesn't appear in the photo.
Don't talk shit.
He has had group pictures taken and everyone appeared apart from him.
Don't talk shit.
The
That's
story
bollocks.
had a picture next to it of a family photo and it said he was stood at the back but you couldn't see him.
Right, he wasn't in the picture.
He was in the picture.
No, he wasn't in the picture.
We've done loads of tests and stuff.
No, I haven't done loads of tests. This is bollocks. There's no way this is scientifically possible. What's his want? Yeah, now he's wanted. Just to wipe a bit of paper up on the police wall. Have you seen this man? What man? If you see him, tell us. You're talking shit.
Suzanne watched the film You've Got Mail tonight for about the 14th time. I don't think you could properly fancy someone without seeing them, unless you're blind. I think it's odd when blind people have affairs. Why is that odd?
Just because most stuff is based on looks, isn't it? So you think once they've found someone, they're happy with them, stick with them.
But no, it's not true. Most things are based on looks.
What I mean is when you first meet someone and that.
Well, initially it's only looks because you don't know them.
So that's what I'm saying.
But that's a ridiculous thing to say, isn't it?
Well, no, it's just what I think. I'm not saying that's like facts or anything. I'm just thinking if you're blind, why mess about?
You're still basing on it. If it's only looks that people find what?
Yeah, I'm just saying. So why is a blind person messing about having an affair?
Because I'm saying that presumably that blind person isn't basing anything on looks.
Alright, I mean, maybe that's not... I mean more like...
Do you want me to cross it out? Shall I cross it out?
It's just the same way, I think I put how, people... I read something in the Sunday paper once with some bloke who was going out with some woman. He ended up going out with a sister who was a twin. If you're going to have a change, have a change.
Spoke to Ricky about trips to the moon. He was up for going just to see what the world looks like. I came up with the idea of a giant mirror on the moon that would reflect the world back. He had a few questions, but I had the answers.
Yeah.
He changed the subject, I won.
Right. My first question was, how would you get it up there? He said bit by bit. That'd be a good mirror then, wouldn't it? I said, how big would it be? He went, you'd still need a telescope. I said, how would you get it on the right side of the moon, always facing the right? He went, what? He went, does the moon move then? I went, yes.
And if we don't like the mirror on the moon, we can always wallpaper over it. It's Suzanne's birthday tomorrow, so I've got to get her something. I sometimes think it would be best if we didn't celebrate birthdays. I think people would live a bit longer if they didn't know how old they were. Age puts restrictions on things. She said something about wanting one of them posh badges to put on her coat. I will look for one later.
I love the fact that around the time that you've got to buy Suzanne her birthday present, you think that birthday presents are a bad idea.
Got up early, it's Suzanne's birthday, gave her the card, a present. She was well happy with her posh badge. She wore it to work. It's quite nice to hear a moment where she was actually happy for once, living in your company. They always say when you get someone a present, you should buy them something they wouldn't buy themselves. Daft rule. I want something I would buy myself if I had the money. When I was young, my Auntie Nora got me a present I wouldn't buy myself. It was a t-shirt with her face on. Looked at what's been going on in the world. Someone has found some people who live in an old town somewhere where they are so old-fashioned they still walk on all fours. There is a picture of them and they use shoes on their hands.
That's not old-fashioned. Why is that old-fashioned?
That's some kind of regressive evolution.
Yeah, really old-fashioned.
Yeah.
But it's not true, is it?
It is true. It's somewhere in...
Well, I believe they have found a group of people that are living and walking around on all fours, but
yeah,
I don't believe they're wearing shoes on their hands.
And I don't believe they haven't evolved to standing up.
No, they just haven't seen other people walking on 2 feet.
Don't talk shit all your life.
That's all it's about, though, isn't it? You copy. When you're a baby, if you were stuck in a room, you'd wander about on all fours, because that's the way, that's an easy way of getting about. So you only walk on 2 feet because you see everyone else doing it.
Well, I don't believe that is the case, because as I understand it, some of the family are walking on 2 feet. So I don't know what the ins and outs of it are. I know there's a forthcoming documentary on the BBC, so maybe we should watch that and then we'll all know what's going on. Instead of just leaping to conclusions because you read half of it on the internet and then skipped on to something else.
All I'm saying is, though, you would wear shoes on your hands if you're roaming about like that.
So you just confessed there that you leapt from fact to fiction, did you, in the space of one diary entry?
It's just that I saw a little picture.
And you assumed that they'd be wearing shoes on their feet?
If they've got shoes on their feet, they might as well have them on their hands, because their hands are doing the same as the feet. If you're not going to wear them on your hands, don't put them on your feet then.
I'm beginning to think some monkey news was bollocks.
Treated Suzanne to her tea, went and got her a curry from the shop opposite. While I waited for the food, I read a story in the Metro newspaper about an alien gang that kept appearing in someone's garden. The bloke moved, but when he used to pass the house at night, he would still see the aliens knocking about, hiding underneath his old shed. There was other alien stuff, but I had to go as the food was ready.
Brilliant.
It's a bit annoying, that.
Yeah, load of bollocks again. Well, good. More drivel from Carl's diary next week.
Oh, chimpanzee, nothing's written it down again, you
That's the jingle for excerpts from Karl's diary. This is all legitimate stuff. Ricky and I have had no input in this. This is the first time we get to read it. Went and did some shopping for stuff as it was my turn. Suzanne moaned a bit because I forgot orange juice and bought some cheap toilet paper. She always buys the expensive toilet paper. I don't know why they make toilet paper with pretty patterns on it.
That made it into the diary.
Up and out at 9 o'clock to go to the Cotswolds. Now, I think this was a gift for your girlfriend, wasn't it, for her birthday?
It was a
You went to the
birthday and
Cotswolds,
so I just went for one night.
It got the car and headed off. We stopped at a service station to get some breakfast. We had fried toast with an egg on it, 1 sausage and beans, twice. Cost us £13.85. They sell everything separate, so it seems cheap. At that price, we must have been charged for each bean. We found the B&B, but they wouldn't let us in the room because we were early. We went for a walk. There was not much around the B&B, so we had a quick walk around the car park. And went back in. Happy birthday. The room was now ready. It's an alright room. 3 biscuits, so I ate them straight away. Like a child.
Like a dog. He runs in, jumps on the bed. No.
Get off the bed, not on the furniture. The room overlooked the car park that we'd already been round. Just staring at that window. Remember when we went there? We'd always had the car park. Yeah. Oh, God. The room had posh coat hangers in the wardrobe with sponge on them.
So I ate the sponge.
Don't think they are needed. We went and booked a table for Sunday dinner and went on another walk. There was a field that was there just for birds to live on. We couldn't see any, so we went to the pub. Headed back to where we were staying for our dinner. I had beef. It was nice enough, but there was a family of 13 behind us. I don't see the point in going out in large numbers. They annoyed me. One of the family asked for sorbet before his next course. He was only about 11. He thought he was it. I said to Suzanne, I've had enough and needed a kip. Watched Planet Earth on BBC One. They filmed a panda for 4 weeks and all it did was sit in its cave. It did nout. If I was Fiat, I wouldn't name one of my cars after them as it suggests it won't work or go very far. It'd be like bringing out a Ford Sloth. No one would buy it.
A Ford Sloth. I would love that ad campaign. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, God. The new Vauxhall Slug.
We had a look around the local village. There wasn't much to it. We did the usual thing and had a look around the church graveyard to see how old the dead people are.
Suzanne's a little time so far. She's gone to the Cotswolds, the room wasn't ready. She's seen the car park, an empty field, and now let's go and play how old the dead people are.
I like the fact that you mentioned we did the usual thing of having a look around the church graveyard. Do you make her do that every time you go away?
I like the fact. I want to know what she did for 2 hours when you slept. Did she just like...
She went to a club unaware of the time.
No, she just looked out at the car park, just like, memories.
But that's what you do, though, isn't it, when you go to these places? There's nothing else, unless you want fudge. Or, you walk around the church graveyard and have a look. It's nothing.
We went home. It took 3 hours to drive back. People say they go to the country to see the wildlife. I saw rabbits, pheasants and a fox on the way home. They were all dead in the road. I was just intrigued to know because Rob from Burton-on-Trent sent this in, and he wants to know that because he's just started seeing someone, and he wants to know what your advice, Karl, is on how to keep her happy. He's just started a relationship with someone. He wants to know what your advice would be to keep her happy because, he won't have heard that you took Suzanne on that wonderful trip to the Cotswolds. So, what's your your advice really for someone who's perhaps just started a relationship? You've been with Suzanne for 9 years?
Ages. I don't think you should have to go out of your way to please them because then it's not the right person. I think you should just do what you want and then if they like it then they're the right ones for you. So don't go out of your way too much. I got her the posh badge for a birthday. That's once a year. Rest of the time it's kind of like, I like weird stuff. I like watching weird stuff and all that. Now and again I won't make her watch it. I'll tape it. But sometimes...
This is amazing advice.
Sometimes you just say, no, come on, the bloke with the two heads on, I want to watch it live.
So give and take is what you're saying there.
That's all. It shouldn't be hard. As soon as it's hard, it's not right. So just go about your business. See if she joins in.
Brilliant. Another quote for the book.
Woke up to the Commonwealth Games on the radio. Now, what are you making of the Commonwealth Games? Is that something that interests you? Are you a sports fan?
I'm not really. I mean, Suzanne's sort of been getting up early, especially to watch it. You know how I feel about a lot of it. It just seems to be sort of wasted. If people are running fast, use it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just try to beat your own record or someone else's, do something where you do have to run. If you're a good swimmer, be a lifeguard. Don't be messing about going up and down.
Oh, I don't believe it. He's written it down.
That's downloadable as a ringtone. And it's also the jingle for Karl's diary. Just reading excerpts of Karl's diary. Went home and looked up Freud on the internet. Didn't find him that interesting, so looked at some other philosophers instead. Socrates, Aristotle. Why have you just listed some philosophers?
Just to show that I'm learning.
Well, that's not learning.
That's just learning their names.
That's a list. You might as well write 1 to 100.
Yeah, but if someone says, oh, what's your favourite philosopher? I'll go, hang on a minute, and I've got them written down.
But why you can't just
Wait a
pick
minute, I'll
one?
go and get my enormous diary out.
Yeah. Get a wheelbarrow, bring in my workings, and say one of the names I've written down.
And when they say, well, why do you like him?
Yeah, why do you
just run away.
I noticed you put Socrates first. Why is he your favourite philosopher?
You throw the diary at them and leg it. Oh, and then you go on to say, it's weird how names have changed, but then there's no other point there.
It just is, isn't it? When you think about, like, Socrates, I've never heard that on anyone who I know, is what I mean. It's just, in a way...
But you're not Greek, are you?
But how did that go about back then? I mean, say if you were phoning someone up and they said, I'm booking a table for 2, they go, name? Socrates. Did he ever go, cheers, without going, can you spell that for me?
But I don't know what else point you're making.
I'm just saying it's a name that's awkward. You're always going to have to go, can you spell that for me? You go, and it's not just him. Look at all the other names that are on that list.
But they're from a different country.
And a different era.
Yeah, I know, but the names, I've been to Rome and stuff, and you sort of go...
What, ancient Rome?
Just Rome. It hasn't changed, has it? Rome, so it can be ancient Rome or Rome in 2006. It's the same buildings.
I used to love Nero going around in his Fiat Punto.
Lao Tzu from years ago came up with some good stuff. 1, he who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. Not entirely true. To lead people, walk behind them.
Yeah.
And of course, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step.
Yeah,
Did that.
his favourites.
Maybe this is why people are at the start line spectating at the Commonwealth Games.
Well, no, it's just that I've never understood why in Olympics and stuff like that, if you're going to watch, don't stand around the start line, go to the end where you see the winner. But because of that saying, it actually makes sense, doesn't it? It's like, well, every step starts with a step or whatever.
Say again?
Every race, you've got to start with a step.
Yeah.
So,
Which is who am I talking to now? You or your brain?
well, I was thinking about it a bit, so I think I was in control of it a bit more.
So, and what have you come up with?
Just if you want to stay at the start line, do.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying, if you're into, I wouldn't watch a race, right?
Okay.
But
Is this you or your brain I'm talking to now?
this is me.
Okay.
I wouldn't watch.
Are you going to bring the brain into it, or is it? There's no.
I don't know. Let's just see what happens.
Okay.
But all I'm saying is,
Right.
if I was to watch a race,
Yeah.
I wouldn't hang about the start line because.
Well, you just said you would.
What did I?
Yeah, you said that's the place to start because every race starts with a step.
No, but I wouldn't normally.
Right.
I
Okay.
won't watch any
The
race.
brain definitely hasn't been used
No,
yet.
is this you or your brain you're talking about now?
I'm just saying about me. If I was on holiday
Yeah.
and Suzanne said there's a race going on down the road,
Yeah.
I'd go, well, let's go, keep going down the road and stand at the finish line.
Okay, but now what have
according
you
to
thought?
Wazoo,
Yeah.
I'd say, well, hang on a minute. Every race starts with a single step.
Yeah.
How many people around the start line? Is there more room there? She goes, yeah. I'll go, let's go there then. It's less busy.
Right, and what would you see there then?
I'd see people starting the race, but I wouldn't be that impressed with them because I'd go, well, I don't know if any of these are any good.
So would you start at the start or the end then?
If it was down to me, I'd just probably stay at the finish line.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to see the first step then? So what do you think of Lazoo now then?
It's not what, but I wrote down 3 of his. That one isn't my favourite, that was the 3rd. I preferred the leading people from behind.
Okay, and what would you do to lead someone now then?
Well, if you're behind, you don't have to take responsibility, do you? You can go, well, I didn't send you here, you went there.
That's not really leading them, though, is it?
Yeah, because I've made them think. I've gone, they go, oh, I've just walked into a big hole. I'd go, oh, you should have been looking where you're going. I haven't led them in that hole, but they've learnt a lesson, they won't go in a hole again.
That was one of the greatest conversations I've ever been part of. I mean, that was incredible. Never mind Aristotle and Socrates. That was incredible, that. If someone's out there, could they make a transcript of that? Because I think that, in 1,000 years' time, that'd be amazing. That was incredible, Karl.
And not once was the brain used.
Well, one thing Karl has been doing over the past few months is writing his diary. He's kept that up. I don't know what he's had to write about. All he's been doing is looking at moths and ants and bees and going for walks. But I'm sure it's all in the diary. So let's have a look at that.
Oh, I don't believe he's only going to write it down.
We went to the park and had a brew. Suzanne read the paper while I played with the ladybird. I mean, it's like a child, isn't it? It's like what a child does.
Suzanne read the paper while I played with the ladybird.
His only friend is a beetle. It climbed up my arm. It struggled on me hairs.
This is in detail then?
Yeah. It kept stopping every now and then and was rubbing its head with its right arm. It did it about 4 times and always used its right arm. It rested for about 5 minutes, then flew off. Sunday. Had a bit of a to-do with Suzanne because she wanted a line today. I ate this. Once you're awake, you should get up. I got up and put the radio on really loud. She eventually got up. I told her insects don't have lines, so we shouldn't.
Why are you obsessed with insects?
You must be fucking unbearable to live with. You must be a nightmare.
No, I've just started, because I've watched insects a lot, I don't want to keep going on about them because we're a bit insect heavy. But at the end of the day, if we copied insects, we wouldn't go far wrong.
I don't know what you mean, though. One minute you're saying they're great, then the next minute you'll slag them off.
Yeah, I'll slag some of them off if I don't know what they're doing, but because I've studied them a bit longer, I just think they do
You
it
haven't
right.
studied them.
He thinks he's like Darwin.
But you just slagged them off again, don't you think that insects are doing stuff? They're not. It
Yeah,
goes there,
ants.
then it goes back
The
again.
ant was messing about, but only that one. The others were carrying stuff. That's what I'm saying. These snidey ones in everything. In everything in the world, you get a hierarchy.
Oh, long words!
Ooh. The bookshelf was dusty, so Suzanne asked me to dust it if I get a minute. I ended up looking at every book.
Just the spine. Just for a few seconds each. Yeah. Didn't open them.
I looked in the dictionary to see if the word dictionary would be in the dictionary. I didn't think they would bother with it being on the front page, but it was in the book as well.
It's a good point, though, isn't it?
No, it's not a good point. Because you didn't tell us anything.
Dictionary is in the dictionary.
Well, of course it is.
Why? If you go, how do you spell dictionary? You look at the spine and you go, oh, there it is, D-I-C-C.
So what does dictionary mean?
It's a book full of words, isn't it?
That's what it means. All books are full of words, you idiot.
How to spell them. And if you don't know
No,
what
it's
it
not
is...
how to spell them.
All right, then we'll...
No. It's not a book full of words to tell us what... No. It's the meaning.
Give us the definition of dictionary.
Meaning.
It's a book full of words if you want to know what the meanings are. But if you didn't know...
Well, sorry, what was that sentence?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if you didn't know that, then you wouldn't be looking in it because you wouldn't know the book is about that. So if you don't know the word dictionary and what it means, you wouldn't be looking at a dictionary, you'd be looking at an A to Z. Because
Why leave it out, though?
Just because there's so many words in the world, I would have thought they wanted to cram as much as they can on a page, and if the dictionary is already on the front...
Is that why you suddenly used the word hierarchy for the first time ever? Did you find that in there?
Did you see hierarchy in the dictionary?
I feel that big word has pushed out about 26 other more useful ones.
Yeah, well, Suzanne's been going on about me learning another language. But I sort of think your brain has only got so much room on it.
And the rest of it's filled with lard.
So, if I've got to learn everything I know, again, but in a different language, it's taking up space, isn't it?
You don't learn everything. Oh, God.
It's all storage, isn't it?
But you don't have to learn it again. You don't have to learn the concepts again. You're merely
Do you know how
learning
many
vocabulary.
moves there are in the human brain? Really, you don't worry, you won't use them all up.
I feel that he has reached his capacity then.
Yeah, well, you need another sort of, you need an update, you need some more memory.
Woke up to some interesting news. It's good when this happens because it sets me up for the day ahead. If it's miserable news, it affects...
What do you mean? Does it mean there are 2 new flies, there are different species?
Yeah, 2 new species, and they found them close to each other, right?
Yeah,
and
but they didn't mean there was one of each.
No, yeah, they did. They found 2 different ones.
No,
they have. Seriously, I know that. That's right. That's a fact. So you've got I don't know the names of them. They give them odd names, don't they? Well, say
Yeah.
call it A and Fly B, right?
Yeah.
Fly A, I don't know. Say that's orange. B.
Fly B, yeah.
No,
This is painful.
No,
This
that's
is
just making
painful.
it easy.
But Fly B wears a little hat. It's got a little hat.
Right, yeah, fine. Now, they found the orange one. I went, look at this over here. This is a bit weird. And they've gone, oh, that's a new species. Log it, whatever. And then the other one went, oh, keep your pen handy. Look at this one, it's got a hat on. So then they found them both within the same distance.
I don't know what that sentence means.
Keep going.
They
Let him try to finish.
They found them both within the same distance.
But without interrupting him, let him finish this point.
Let me just make one thing clear. Karl Pilkington just said they found them both within the same distance. Think of that!
Don't know what it means, but go on, let him finish this point.
So what I mean is, they weren't knocking about with other normal houseflies because they were probably sort of going, oh, he's a bit weird. Leave it. Yet because the other one was also odd, they're hanging about with each other. Don't you understand that? Why is that such an odd concept?
Because you think of it as like 2 little new kids in school.
Yeah.
They find that they're both new and they've got something in common.
They're both goths, so they start hanging out together. And this was on the news, was it?
Yeah, just on the radio, yeah.
I know if I looked into that story, it would be 90% wrong.
Bit tired today because didn't get to sleep as early as I wanted due to a moth getting in the bedroom. I got it in a glass and looked at it for a bit and then let it go because Suzanne wanted to go to sleep. Looked up some interesting news. Some people dug up an old body in Ireland. Turns out it's well old and was here when dinosaurs were here. The really weird bit is it had hair gel in its hair.
Right, what is it?
Fella,
Well, no, it wasn't around when dinosaurs were here then.
just a bit after.
Right, fine. A lot after, yeah, go on. I think any hominid, anything that could even be linked to anything that may become man, is only about 1 million years old. And I think Homo sapien is probably only about 150,000 years old. Dinosaurs are about 150 million to 250 million.
Yeah, no, it's not the age bit, that's amazing. It's the fact of, there's a fella, won't have even had shoes on his feet,
Right.
and yet he was worried about his hairstyle.
Right, but that's definitely not true either. This is unbelievable.
Well, there was a man on the radio doing poetry, says Karl in his diary. I thought I'd have a go at doing a poem about today.
Not really. Steve, I'm a little bit queasy. He hasn't really written a poem.
He's written a small poem.
No, he hasn't really.
Yes. If moths had eyes...
Fuck me!
Let me read the poem, okay? You wouldn't interrupt T.S. Eliot. Okay. If moths had eyes, would they be happier? How do they know they're not dead? Cavemen hunting for food, but not before they style the hair on their head. What would last longer in dinosaur times? A blind man didn't stand a chance. Not with all them rocks about. I'd rather be a blind moth.
Right. It may be the greatest poem ever written.
Just dissecting it briefly, you attempt to rhyme in the first 4 lines, but abandoned the rhyming system in the last 3. Is there a creative decision for that?
Can we have Karl read that?
By all
Sorry,
means, yeah.
just you read it as you would like to. So this is, imagine this, right? Okay, this is going out all over the world. This podcast. And now, Karl Pilkington, a new poet from Manchester, now living in London, England, would like to read a poem.
If moths had eyes, would they be happier? How do they know they're not dead? Cavemen hunting for food, but not before they style the air on their head. What would last longer in dinosaur times? A blind man didn't stand a chance. Not with all them rocks about. I'd rather be a blind moth.
He said it and then the last bit was going to rhyme. He said it like it was going to rhyme. Oh, God.
No,
I think he feels as though the final line, I'd rather be a blind moth, is going to be one of those great, it's a summation that somehow the moth is a metaphor, the caveman.
There's no metaphor in that. He really does mean he'd rather be a blind moth.
Yeah, well, just because I've looked at the day's news.
Can we always do that, Karl? Can we always find a day, right, and always sum it up in your thoughts, a poem? Just like that. I love that structure. I love that structure. If there's any English students or professors or novelists or poets listening, please email us what I thought of that poem, why it's good, why it's bad. So, give us your thoughts on that. I mean, we would love expert opinion, poets, English professors. Just email us at podcast@rickygervais.com.
Oh, he's only got to write it down.
That's the jingle for Karl's diary. We had bacon and egg on toast. I'm eager to get through the brown sauce, as the bottle is too big to go in any cupboard, so it has to be left on the sideboard. So I had about 4 dollops of the stuff. I love that because, that made it into the diary. He's concerned about the fact that brown sauce is too big, so he's rushing through it.
I know, but I'm just saying the kitchen isn't that big, and it looks messy when you leave stuff out, doesn't it? And we've got this giant brown sauce bottle, and I don't want to chuck it away because that'd be a waste.
So you're having brown sauce and everything, your
Everything,
cornflakes,
basically, yeah.
in your tea. A wasp got in the flat. You know trouble's brewing. It was massive, the biggest wasp ever. Suzanne asked me to get it out, but I wanted to take a picture of it first. I was getting my phone ready when it flew at me. I reckon the sting on it could have killed a kitten.
So specific.
It ended up flying out the window on its own. Drama averted.
Oh, God.
We went out for tea. You're always in a cafe. That's what, this diary, you spend so much time in a cafe. There were loads of flying ants. I kept kicking the table because I could feel them on my legs. I wouldn't be that jumpy normally, but I still had flashbacks of the giant wasp from the morning. Suzanne told me to stop being stupid because I was ruining her night out.
A night out in a cab. Brilliant.
What was it, her birthday?
And flashbacks from an incident.
Yeah.
Like he's some sort of war veteran. What is it? It's the wasp. It could have killed a kitten.
Bought some wallpaper. We got back and got on with it. The wall that we've papered before has got a big mirror under it. We papered on top of it again. I ended up reading the phrase book while Suzanne did the rest of the tidying up. Now, what's your phrase book? This is just you trying to master English, is it?
It's just a book that tells you little sayings and how they came about.
An interesting phrase is potluck. It came about when all people ate is stews. They used to chuck all sorts of stuff into the stew. You stuck your spoon in, and sometimes you got something nice like beef, or you could end up with a bit of frog. It's potluck.
Good time, then.
That's what it said in the book, did it?
A bit of frog.
Got up and checked the wallpaper out. There are loads of air bumps and it's buckled on the joints. I wish we'd never done it. Suzanne said the washer was broke and it's out of its warranty. She called up the people who made it and they said it will cost £150 to fix. I don't know how they know that when they haven't even seen it. I want to smash it to bits and see what they can do for £150. So much anger.
I want to smash it to bits. That'd be great, wouldn't it? 150, you sure? Come round.
Yeah.
And it's just like a cube that's been through one of those car crushers. 150 quid, that's 150 quid, fix it.
I watched the news and calmed down a bit, because there was a story about some Siamese twins who are having an operation. They've got 2 heads, 4 arms, 2 legs, 1 liver. The doctor said they will have 1 leg each. I felt bad worrying about the washer when people have bigger problems like the Siamese twins. Ricky and Steve asked me to do a poem about 1 day a week, so I thought I would do one today. I can't obviously do it justice, so I should let the master read it.
You've done another poem?
Yeah, you said, just do one. If you have a day where you've had a lot of emotions.
Well, I loved the poem, and so did the listeners, and I knew they would. So if you can do that every week, that would be a joy for me.
You can't force a poem, though.
No, I know.
So a diary is easy to do because you just write down what you're doing.
But you've got to have some really meaty subject matter to be able to write a poem, Rick, as you'll discover.
I know.
Right, so, you've heard what problems they had that day.
Go on then.
Bubbled wallpaper. What a mess. Washer dry and knackered. What a mess. Siamese twins separated. 1 leg less.
I don't know what rhyming scheme that is again. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, fuck me. Oh, it's only going really down.
That jingle, of course, signifies another reading from Karl Pilkington's diary. There was an animal in the paper today that I've never before seen. It's called an alpaca. They are gormless looking. The fellow who breeds them said they are easy to look after because they're used to harsh conditions because they normally live in the mountains. The problem with this is they will turn useless eventually, and then if we try to bung it back on the Andes, they won't like it. It's like how people win these live like a star for a week competitions. They're not good for anyone. Okay?
Do you know what I mean? If something's living somewhere...
But he's not
But
going to
why are we
send
going
them
to
back
bung
to
it
the
back?
Andes. He's presumably breeding them for something else.
Yeah, but say if eventually, the world's getting busy, there's hardly any room, and we go, right, what can we shift here? What's getting in our way that we can shift? Well, those funny-looking things came from the Andes, bung them back. All right, then let's put them back. And they go, oh, they don't like it. They're not surviving, they're dying out. Why did we bring them here? Oh, it was closer. Yeah, but look, we've died out now.
Sorry, this is not with yourself. This isn't happening. Don't get angry about it like it just happened and you're sick of it. None of this has happened
No,
yet.
I'm just looking at how it will happen. Leave them where they were.
But you're getting angry about things that you're speculating on now. It's absurd, Carl. Not once have I read here about your anger about terrorism or international, political injustice. Not once have you written about that. Only about the fact we may send animals back to the Andes.
I know, but just because it just annoyed me, that's all. They brought them here. Some fella's getting a load of praise because they brought this weird animal into the country. And yet, it's like, well, they were on the Andes for a reason. Leave them there. It was happier there. I feel guilty when I open a bag and a fly flies out of it and I think, where's that come from?
What bag are you opening with flies? What bag?
No, just when, the bag I took the computer home in, a fly flew out of it and I thought, when did that get in that bag? Wherever brought that from? And it's the same thing, it doesn't want to be somewhere else, it was where it was. And that's the same with this Polaco, whatever.
It's amazing. It really is the roundings of a madman, isn't it?
Some new sea thing has been found.
That's the headlines on the news.
It wasn't found by sea experts, it was found on eBay. Someone was selling it for a £5. I don't see the point in buying something that you don't know what it is.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It was...
Someone's found some sort of shell with a thing living in it.
Right.
They thought, I've never seen one of these before, I can flog it on eBay. Someone bought it and then wanted to look after it, went to some sea expert and they said, I don't know what that is. That's the story. It's just weird how stuff's being found on eBay.
No, it wasn't found on eBay though, was it?
Yeah, but that's where the specialist people sort of picked up on it. It's just weird that... all I was saying is I wouldn't want one. If you don't know how to... If it's a new creature, you don't know what makes it happy. When you get a kitten, you go, stroke its head, loves it, right? And you can do that knowing that it's liking it. If I had a little seashell and you go, does it sit in water? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? You could end up doing more damage. So that's why I wouldn't want it. It's nice to have rules, isn't it? It's nice to know what you're doing with something.
Well, as you write in the diary, it's like if an alien landed and wanted to live with you. As much fun as it might sound, it wouldn't be long before you got annoyed with it because it wouldn't eat the food you gave it.
That's what I'm saying, but I couldn't have a go at it because he might not like pasta.
It might not.
Everyone likes pasta.
Oh, Jim, after that, he's gonna bring it down the little...
The jingle that signifies another reading from Karl Pilkington's diary. Got up and put the radio on. I listened to the story that the vicar read on Radio 2.
Yeah, that could be good.
He was saying how Jesus was 33 when he died. He said he was more into the idea of doing a lot in your life than living for ages. This was linked to the news about the doctor who's come up with some stuff that he's been injecting himself and his wife with that makes you age better. I looked it up on the internet. It wasn't worth them doing it because they are already old looking. I don't know why people want to stay looking young. You can wear a bald head better if you're old because hairs are replaced by wrinkles.
It's drivel.
No, it's not drivel. It's just
A pointless entry to a diary, that.
It's not, because that could be like an important bit in like world history.
What?
The fact that someone's trying to make people not age. Age is good, isn't it? When you see an old
It's been
person.
going forever.
What has?
People trying to age better.
No, but he's talking about if you're 90, he wants people to look like they're 30. And that's not good because how would the world run when that's going on?
Well, I agree. But
when
it's not a revelation.
If I like chatting to old people because they know a lot of stuff. So if I'm sat on a train and someone's old, I'm happier talking to them about...
They get up and move after about 10 minutes.
Well, that's about the many of them are infirm and can.
They have to stay there and listen to this one.
But yeah, even that means that they're getting more out of life in a way because they don't move about as much, so they have more thinking time. It is weird how that happens to you as you get closer to death.
Jesus.
You know, you're not working as much because you're resting and you can think back about your life and you can think, oh, I had a good one. Actually, it's not been that bad. Whereas if...
But you must have started that now, because you've been doing nothing for the past 3 months.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, it is a good thing for you to do, to sort of think about what you've been doing with your days and your weeks.
And how do you assess your life so far? With all this spare time you've had in your hands and moping around and moaning about your illness and just sitting round, right? You've been introspecting, have you?
Yeah.
Go on then, what have you come up with?
I haven't come up with anything. I'm just, you know, I have an all right life, and things are changing.
Oh, keep saying that.
No, but you don't know how much they are changing to the point of, I don't know if I mentioned the squirrel eating Mars bars, but from that, from that happening to monkeys opening bottles with lids on them, to it's mental out there. It's madness what is going on. And all I'm saying is old people need to be old people. You need oldness. You need to see old people. You need to go, right, they might have a solution. They've been on the earth longer. Quick, we need an answer. How old are you? I'm 32. Well, you look 78.
I don't know what you're saying! I don't know who that conversation was with, why you got angry, and I think you made the opposite point that you were making at the beginning. If you say you're 32, you look 78. No, you were saying about it would be a problem if you were 78 and you looked 32. I don't know what you're saying. You came down on the wrong side then. You did that whole thing and you bollocksed it up again in your brain.
I'm just saying, either way, you need to have people who look old. Otherwise, who's in charge?
I don't know what you mean. Right. So you say you're saying it'd be all right to make 78-year-olds look 32, as long as there were some 32-year-olds that look 78, as long as you've got old-looking people.
No, but say...
Can I tear this page out? Because it's worthless.
What I mean is, when I went to the doctors, I saw the specialist, right, about the kidney stones. I was asking him all the straight questions.
Go on.
Is it life-threatening?
No.
You know, how long am I going to be out?
A couple of days.
Right? Now...
As it turned out, it is life-threatening, and you've been out for 3 months whinging about the fucking thing. Strange.
Now, he was quite old. He looked about 55. And that reassured me in a way. In a way it didn't, because he's one of them doctors who didn't open his eyes much, and I kind of thought, I hope he
I don't know what you're talking
wider.
about. What do you mean?
What?
What do you mean he didn't open his eyes much?
One of those sort of doctors who's either that overworked, that is, he does that, you know, and he's tired, so he's going, right, what we're going to do is, and he's doing that with his eyes shut.
Well, this is radio.
I know, but I'm telling you, so you can see.
But people are meant to be listening to this.
But if they can't imagine me with my eyes shut.
Well, tell him you've got your eyes shut. Just say he had his eyes shut.
He had his eyes shut.
Had you been reading this? Bored stupid, I imagine. You're just trying to get a...
Well, do you know what I mean? Or I don't know if it's because he's tired or if he's that educated that some people know so much you don't even have to look at it. Intelligent people.
Who is so educated that they don't need to open their eyes?
You see it, you see like...
Who's that bloke up there? Is he blind? No, he's been reading too much. He doesn't open his eyes anymore, doesn't he?
Old people who you see wearing tweed and what have you, and they're really posh and they talk, and whenever they talk their eyes are shut and they
I don't know what this observation is.
I don't understand why you've never seen that.
I've never seen an old, educated man wearing tweed who doesn't bother open his fucking eyes.
Steve,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Steve, have you seen... Do you know what I mean? When people don't sort of open their eyes when they're talking to you, and it can be quite annoying, because it's like they're saying, I'm not interested about you sat there, I'm not bothered if you're listening, I'm saying what I'm saying because I say what I say. And it can be quite annoying.
If he has got his eyes good, he's probably just trying to absorb what you're saying and think carefully about
probably.
it, so he doesn't misdiagnose you.
I'm not having a go at him.
Well, it sounds
I'm just
like
saying he was 50 odd, and I was happy that he was there telling me...
I don't know why you were watching his eyes when he was telling you about your insides.
Because you can tell a lot by people's eyes. That's what I said about jellyfish. But, you know, just lines in a face tell a few stories, and I don't think we should get rid of them lines.
Brilliant.
Wise words.
You've mentioned him before, Steve, this Peeps fella.
Yes.
Has he done anything else apart from a diary? Because now I've done a book and a diary.
That means you're better than Pepys,
Well,
is what you're thinking.
Well,
isn't it?
I'm not going to say that until I know, but what else did he do?
Well, Pepys wasn't a writer predominantly. I believe he was, like a bureaucrat or something. But he kept a diary which has since become a historical landmark.
And what did he say in it?
What did he say in it? Well, it's again more because it's both well written and it's also an amazing insight
social
into
document
a social
as well.
document. Yeah. It's a social document.
I
of
mean,
that
yours is
period.
a social document, but it sort of revolves around having egg and chips and a cap and seeing a ladybird, which, you know...
But that's today's living. That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
but his describes the Great Fire of London, which is what it's most...
Yeah,
it's
but
best
we haven't
remembered
had one
for.
of them. If we had one, I'd write it down. I'm only writing what's happening. The ladybird happened, right? I wrote it down. He was just lucky. He was about in London when that happened.
So you're a little angered that you've not witnessed one of the great disasters.
Because the thing is, if they read your diary, they think, well, nothing happened that year. Nothing important in the world happened that year.
Because your diary doesn't just mention... I mean, okay, yes, it fails to mention any disasters in London because we haven't had any, but it doesn't mention any... It doesn't mention any world events. It doesn't mention wars in Iraq, terrorism. It doesn't mention anything.
But that's all being wrote about anyway. If you're saying there's a museum that's keeping everything, there's loads of other books for that. Who's looking at the fella whose skulls fell off?
What?
We see. It's interesting, isn't it?
What do you mean the fellow whose skulls fell off?
Well, that's what happened the other week, so I wrote about
What?
it. The fella's skull has fell off.
What do you mean his skull has fell off?
It's something to do with circulation.
But what do you mean his skull fell
Well,
off?
it's in the diary.
But how can a skull fall off? Because it's surrounded by tissue and it's got a brain. How can just his skull? How can it detach itself from all the stuff surrounding
He
it?
mislaid all his dreams.
But all I'm saying is that's not getting a look in.
No, because it's not significant or probably true.
Good point, Steve.
I don't.
All right. Well,
know
let me
what's
just.
anything based
I'll
on.
just consult the diary quickly and find the moment with the man whose skull fell off. Oh, here we are. Yeah. Looks like the world's fattest man is having an operation to get rid of some of the fat. He has to have an iron bed because that's the only thing that can hold his weight. There's also a man whose skull has fell out. He's in hospital somewhere. I hate that. It would make me panic. The hospital is busy with people coming in to look at their head.
What are you talking about there? That tells us nothing. Right, it's impossible for a skull to fall out.
How are scholars in 10,000 years going to be... What are they going to decipher from that?
They can sort of.
There's not enough detail.
But how did his skull fall out?
Circulation problems.
But answer the question. How did his skull fall out? Fall out of what?
He was at home, and I don't know if he was combing his hair or something, but it come off.
What did?
His skull.
What do you mean, his skull? Do you know what the skull is?
It's a part of the head.
Well, no, it's the structure of the head. It's the bone. Do you mean the top of the skull?
This is only useful if you have all the salient facts. Then it would be of interest to us. We could.
Well, I couldn't take that on. I'm busy. I'm not going to start looking into stuff in depth. Just get the details.
You're such an idiot. You are the best, idiot in the world.
Well, I don't want to be premature, but that entry is followed by, I injured my toe the other day by dropping the toaster. Instead of letting it hit the floor, I tried to catch it with my foot. I didn't think I'd done any harm, but my nail looks like it could fall off. I might show it to the doctor when I get me kidney stones out. We could easily get by without nails on the feet. They are more trouble than they're worth.
You're so wrong. You're so wrong.
I think on the days when cavemen without shoes and animals need nails, I don't think we need them now. I honestly, because you hear about ingrowing toenails, right? So that's a problem. You've got to cut them. Stuff gets under there and gets infected. Get rid of them, you won't have any of that. As long as you wear shoes.
No, you'd have unprotected toes and fingers, wouldn't you?
I didn't say on the fingers, just on the toes.
So why do you need them on the fingers and not the toes?
Because you use your hands to do stuff. I've said about toenail out, it'd be good to have it growing on the head.
What?
Just having like a sheet of it, just like a nail on the forehead. It wouldn't look weird because we'd all have it. I'm not saying.
What are you talking about now?
I'm just saying I don't want to go on about evolution and stuff because we've done it all.
What do you think the skull is for?
No, but I mean on the outside, so that when you bang your head, it's a little bit more protection. Like people, I mean, you're looking at me like that. Why do you wear a helmet on a bike then?
Because the bike wasn't meant to be invented. We weren't meant to whiz along at 70 miles an hour with evolution.
I know, but because life's changing, like you've said.
But you can't go, let's evolve, let's re-evolve.
Okay, let's assume we've got this nail on our head that's growing out of our forehead.
So we look like one big thumb.
Yeah. Which weirdly, Karl kind of, I mean, you can almost imagine it looking at Karl now. You can imagine a big nail. Does the nail continue to grow? Do we have to trim the head nail?
Yeah, in the same way you get a haircut.
Why is that preferable in your mind to just wearing a crash helmet in instances where you might have something hit your head?
Just because, for a start, helmets, you have to carry them around with you. That's one thing that's put me off having a motorbike. Whenever you see someone on a motorbike, it's all like the clothes they've got to wear. And it's like a big upheaval, isn't it? It's you know, if you have a car, you can get in with your shorts on, your flip-flops on. A motorbike, it's like you're an astronaut or something. You're only nipping down the road for some milk. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is get rid.
But does it annoy you having to put shoes on every day and underpants and a vest and I don't know.
No, but once they're on, I'm not carrying them. They're on me. If I had to then take the shorts off for whatever reason and walk around holding them, I'd go, I can't be bothered. I don't like holding a bag. I don't like bags. We carry too much around with us now. I don't like carrying stuff. It's just a hassle, isn't it?
It's just endless things he doesn't want to do, doesn't like doing. It's like carrying bags. Who the hell has a gripe about carrying bags? Why is that a concern?
Because it's stuff that's on
I
you.
love the way that he wouldn't mind having a nail growing out of his fucking head, but he doesn't want to carry a bag.
What's good with it is everybody's got one of these. And
but it's not going to happen, Karl.
And the most important thing in your body, apart from the heart, is your brain. So protect that, not the toes. The toes we can get by without the toes. But your head's important, isn't it? There's a lot of stuff in your head. And I know all this just after seeing the Body Works thing. I went to see the show on those load of like dead bodies and that. And you can see how much stuff's in the body. And there's loads of stuff. There's nothing in there that you don't need. It's all doing stuff. Everything in your body.
We've been telling you that for years.
But you reckon you don't need the toenails?
Yeah, that's on the outside. I'm saying everything that's on the inside of your body, right?
You don't need the appendix.
No, but doesn't that depend on what lifestyle you have?
Well, it's a hangover when we probably ate a lot more cellulose, and it's.
Yeah, well, they might come back. Things are always coming back, aren't they? So if people start eating them again.
What about male nipples?
Sort of looks all right though, doesn't it? Because the chest is quite plain, so with nothing on it, you go, what's this? It just balances it out. I think it looks all right. I think it works. So leave it. But what were we talking about?
But wouldn't you rather have maybe a little like a rib cage around the testicles? Because you get a whack in them and it. Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Not an invention, Karl. It's not an invention and we can't do it, but
will you be able to sit down still? Because that's the good thing with them at the moment, is movement. So it sort of works. But don't they say He said something about testicles, the bodyworks thing.
Well, they're on the outside.
Put yours away, Carl. You're not one of the exhibits.
They're on the outside because they have to be a few degrees below body temperature for I think the Sertoli cells to...
So that's an odd design, that they had to go there, because it's a bit of an odd place to have them.
Where would you suggest? Dangling from the throat?
Sort of...
I want to redesign you, right? You can possibly do this now. This is something you can actually do, probably. You could probably have your testicles anywhere. So where would you want them?
You've got a giant forehead nail.
Yeah. You could have that. It probably wouldn't grow, but we could certainly have that.
I just mean like, because if all it's about is temperature, you don't want to get them too hot.
Yeah.
Well, they're getting hot down there if you're wearing pants and what have you. So have them nearer to the outside of the body.
Well, they are on the outside of the body.
No, but we wear pants over them.
So you wear pants over them because they're testicles, and polite society suggests that you don't show your testicles.
That's the odd thing, isn't it? That's what's happened somehow, that we've said testicles shouldn't be seen.
Well, then just cut a hole in your trousers. If it's only about, keeping them cool, and because they're too hot, why don't you just hang them out your shorts?
Because there's too many sort of seats that are shared these days, isn't there? But what I'm saying is...
Well, what are you saying?
Where would you put them?
Somewhere like... sort of under the ears. So it sort of just looks like lobes.
So you would redesign your body to have a pair of testicles hanging from your ears.
And when people are sometimes talking, they do sort of mess with their ears, and they're always saying check for lumps. More handy.
Does the penis remain where it is?
Leave that where it is. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you, Rick, but I would love to see, perhaps on the web, it's very easy to put stuff on web pages now, some kind of illustration, it could be computer generated, it could be drawn by hand, of the new model Karl. Bear in mind, people, that he's got some testicles underneath his ears.
And a big thumbnail on his forehead.
Big thumbnail on his forehead.
Talking to Karl, I want to see Karl's head everywhere. There's the roundness that I like, okay? So do a viral campaign. Anyone out there with a picture of Karl, just get it everywhere. Because I want eventually everyone to, as they walk past him in the street, to shout, "You shaved monkey," or "Look at that bald head," or "Look at fucking coconut face coming this way. You got a head like a fucking orange."
Oh, he's only gone and listened it down the little puppy.
That jingle, of course, signifying yet another reading from Karl Pilkington's diary, as always packed with rich insight into the man's mind. Had a late night last night because I stayed up to watch a programme about monkeys.
It's already good.
Of course you did.
It's already good.
Now, before I read on, is this not some kind of monkey news? Is this not a late return to monkey news?
Well, it's not that good.
Is it not? Whereas the other monkey news is...
Oh, chimpanzee, that's some more shit.
This is what he says. This is what he gleaned from the programme about monkeys. It sat on a bridge and wanted stuff off people to walk over the bridge.
What?
So it was acting as some kind of toll booth.
This is ridiculous.
No, it was a bridge in like the jungle.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
And it's a monkey that sat on a bridge, and a lot of tourists go through the area.
No, it's a monkey who realised that if he sits there, he'll get stuff because it looked like it's a cute little chimp begging.
No, but every time.
Yeah, because you give a monkey, you give it to, I'm as bad as him now. If you give a chimpanzee a banana, and he starts realising that humans have things to give.
Yeah, but it's all
squirrels
sorts of
learn
stuff.
that. But you don't go, you wouldn't say, went to the park, the squirrel's waiting at the gate. You have to give them a toll to go in. They're only going to give them a nuts. They come up to you every time. You fucking idiot.
Went to bed after watching it and fell asleep thinking about it on the bridge right now. It's a bit bad, really, because the monkey should work harder for its food. It made me remember the slug I saw yesterday that was eating bird poo. Nobody would ever help a slug with food like they do with ducks and monkeys. A slug's life is pretty bad. The only time they come out of their den is when it's raining.
Den.
So even their days out are depressing.
It is. Do you know what I mean?
No.
It is like, it's a horrible thing to be in it. A slug.
Look, him talking about what is it like to be a slug.
No, just because like the monkey, even though it was being quite aggressive, everyone was like, "Oh, give it some water." And it was well like kitted out. It had chocolate bars, bottled water, some fizzy stuff. and all that.
An iPod, it was listening to Monkey Music.
He could have had one if he wanted one. It was getting away with murder on that bridge. And that's just because it was furry. Yeah, if that was like a blob, like a slug, there's no way people would be that friendly towards it. And it just annoys me how you get this pecking order for, like, no matter what creature you are, favouritism. And that slug was only eating that bird poo because it wasn't being offered stuff.
If it was offered toffees or whatever.
Well, it's just sad, isn't it? It's come to that. That's where its life has come to.
Yeah, but it's not. As Mama's goes down on its fucking luck.
He didn't live in a big country house, and his wife left it the kids when he started hitting the ball.
And I kind of thought, and what they do only come out in the rain, and it's depressing, and it'll probably get killed in a bit. And that was its last meal. I just...
Last meal?
But it wouldn't prefer steak and chips, Carl. It doesn't have...
It must like a leaf or, you know, at the end of the day, it's an insect. They love it.
It's not an insect.
Well, it's part of that gang. It's part of that... No, it's part of
They
that...
hang out together. They hang out together.
Why do you think it's part of that
Because
gang?
it knocks about in the woods in the same place as a spider does. But what I'm saying is they're eating boring stuff because that is what's
It's
in
not
their
boring
area.
stuff to them. They're not. I have no opinion of it at all. They take in sustenance.
No, but where you are is what you eat. When I'm in London, I'll have beans on toast for lunch. On holiday, what? Tapas? Go on, I'll have a bit. So it's whatever you eat, what's in that area.
Suzanne went off to work and I went to the shop to buy some envelopes. The shop was empty, but the fellow behind the counter was on the phone and just kept talking even though he could see I was waiting. I started to count backwards from 20. When I got to 6, he hung up and served me. I won't use the shop again. Question, why count backwards from 20?
So he's thinking, what's going to happen at 1? If I start counting from 1, he's going, well, let him carry on.
What, out loud?
So not really loud, but like more of a mouth action so he could see who was doing it. You know, like,
Sorry, you just started miming counting backwards to a man in a shop.
he's on the phone. The
Yes.
shop is empty. I
Yes.
thought he'd like me custom. He could have served me and stay on the phone. Even though I don't like that, at least he's still doing what you know he needs to do.
I'd have said,
within the
sorry,
shop.
can I just get these, please?
Yeah. Well, I stood there and I thought, it's annoying me now, my kidney's aching, and I started to get a bit of a sweat on. So I thought, right, I'm going to give him 20 seconds, and if he hasn't got off the phone, I'm leaving. And when I got to about 6, he served me. What's wrong with that? Again,
You are
giving
one of the
yourself...
strangest people.
It's just giving yourself a thing. I could have been stood there for
Free.
ages.
He's one of the strangest people who's free to walk
It's
the
about...
streets.
No, I set myself a little target, and I thought, I don't want to waste another 30 seconds in here, I'll give him 20. It worked. He served me at 6.
But it didn't work. Yeah, but did he do it because you were doing that, or did he finish his phone call?
I don't know, I was busy counting.
Looked at what's been going on in the world. There was a human head attached to a seagull's body in a jar.
Is that all it says?
This is the sort of weird stuff that goes on behind surgery doors. I doubt it ever flew because the head would have been too heavy.
Well, of course it wasn't. It didn't happen. It wasn't live.
No, but they try this stuff, don't they? That's like that programme I watched with a
Well,
monkey.
who has ever tried to put a human head on a seagull's body?
They've done loads of stuff like that. It's part of us moving on, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
I'm not going to get into arguing about
Well,
science
you're
because
wrong.
it's all
Don't
behind
talk
closed doors.
shit.
How do you think we can change a heart now from another body? You have to try things out. It's trial and error. All sorts of weird stuff goes on in hospitals, but we let it happen because it's to help us out in the long run, isn't it?
But what are they aiming towards when they're going to find out if you can put a head on a seagull's body? What is that? What are they want to learn, and what do they? How?
£42 for a torch, that's a bit pricey. That's D. Right?
That's D.
Yeah, right.
Just give us
Write that down. So £42 for a torch, that's a bit pricey, you know?
A little bit of enhancement.
Yeah.
Digging up his throat. Oh,
Okay,
God.
that's D.
That's D. The second one, he'll fit some chocolate to your feet.
Say that again?
He'll fit some chocolate to your feet.
Is that he will fit some chocolate to your feet? He'll.
Yeah.
He'll fit some chocolate to your feet.
And the initial there is A.
That's A.
Yeah, and the third and final one. Do you think your kid will get that strawberry for me?
Do you think? Say it again?
Do you think your kid will get that strawberry for me? That's WP.
Right, now I just better warn people, you really got to get into the mindset of Carl here. These are not real cryptic clues. These are not cryptic clues that you do in The Guardian or the Times crossword. There's usually something wrong with them. It is usually, what's the word? completely change the word in order to make it fit.
Yes.
Often. So just be careful. Don't be surprised.
Exactly.
Okay.
Do you want to give us them again very quickly?
All right, first one, 42 quid for a torch. That's a bit pricey, isn't it? That's a D. Second one, ale fits and chocolate to your feet.
Can't think of it. Can't think.
That's A.
And do you think your kid will get that strawberry for me? WP. Right, so...
Ricky.gervais at xfm.co.uk. Some great prizes to be won.
Yeah.
Can we finish there now?
Just play the ads and go. Right, Rockbusters then. Wrapping it up.
It needs some work, that game, but I see it's got a lot of mileage.
And the first one, £42 for a torch. That's a bit pricey.
Go on.
That was D.
Yeah.
That was Daylight.
Wait, I thought delight, and I thought it doesn't work. I thought delight doesn't work.
Second one.
There's no one. No, wait. Dear light, it doesn't work. It's delight.
Second one was...
No, Carl, it doesn't work.
Yeah, but if we're going to continue with this feature, you've got to tweak them a bit, right? People have got it. We've had loads of emails, more than ever. So, do you know what I mean? Let them decide. If they don't like it, they won't email in, but they're loving it.
They've all come from the same institution.
Ale fits and chocolate to your feet. That was A. That was Aerosmith. Right?
Aerosmith. You've heard of a blacksmith?
But a smith is just a workman. It doesn't necessarily. No, you can have anything. You can have a locksmith. A smith doesn't just mean it does shoes.
Right. Do you think...
Aero cobbler would have worked. Unfortunately, there isn't a band called Aero Cobbler.
Get ready with a winner. Do you think your kid will get that strawberry for me? That's Wilson Pickett.
Wilson Pickett.
Give me that.
I have to say that I don't know if these guys have won in the past, but they were the first people to email in. Normally I just give it to anyone, but these guys, literally, you've given the clues, Carl. I'm amazed. Everyone seemed to get Aerosmith. Everyone got D-Light. Everyone got Wilson Pickett. I'm absolutely stunned. They deserve it. They deserve the junk. Prizes. So we'll give it to Jonathan and Louise, who, as I say, may have won in the past, but as I say, they were very, very quick. You've got to beat them if you want to win. They're from Wrexham.
Brilliant.
So good luck to them.
So
I
that's
hope they
that
enjoy Jerry's yoga diet.
Back next week then. Yeah?
See you later.
See you.
Cheers.
Right, here we go. If you're a new listener, the way it works, I give you a cryptic clue and some initials, and it sort of makes up a band. Makes more sense when you hear it, I reckon.
Not really. Although people do get it. I just worry about the state of our listeners. Go on.
Right, so there's three of them. You email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
It's email only. I repeat, it is email only.
We are too lazy to answer them.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go then. Number one. There's normally two easy ones and a difficult one. Sure. There we go. Number one. Don't argue with him. He ain't going to change his mind.
Don't argue with him, he ain't going to change his mind.
Yeah, that's AA. Yeah. So that's the first one.
What do you mean, You've got them written out?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what the answer is, so they don't write the answer down.
Don't worry, they get it. Yeah, don't worry.
Well, you can't remember it. You came up with it. There's only three.
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
No, it's not weird. It's incompetent.
Right, the second one, anyway. I hope you get this.
I hope you get this. Email in and tell us the answer.
This is a shambles, isn't
Hang on a minute.
it? Go on.
He always gets what he wants and doesn't worry about anyone else. P.
You don't know
You don't know what that is?
I'm sure it'll come to me once I see it on email.
What do you mean? Once they get it, you'll agree with them.
I'll know if it's the one I had down as the answer.
This is brilliant.
Come on,
Imagine Jeremy Paxman doing that. Going,
University Challenge.
is that right? Go on.
Right, so that's that one.
Give us that one again.
He always gets what he wants and doesn't worry about anyone else. P.
But you're confused. I don't understand how you can be confused.
Yeah. The third one, I'll have to put that woman in the oven. And that's AB.
All right, quickly give us them again.
Right, so the first one, don't argue with him, he ain't going to change his mind. That's AA. He always gets what he wants and doesn't worry about anyone else. That's P. And I'll have to put that woman in the oven. AB.
All right.
Okay.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
I'm going to play a classic track now by Neil Young, Alabama. It's beautiful.
So the answers to this week's Rockbusters.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us the clues again, the answers?
Yeah. The first one was don't argue with him. He ain't going to change his mind. The initials there were AA. That's adamant. Adamant.
Yeah.
All right.
That's good.
That's a good one. Second one, he always gets what he wants and doesn't worry about anyone else. That was P. That was Pixies.
Picks his. It kind of works, yeah.
And the third one,
I'll let you have that one.
I'll have to put that one in an oven. That was AB. That was Anita Baker.
Anita Baker. It's good. Anita Baker. Yeah, I'll let you have all three today.
So
You've done well.
So do you want to pick a winner, Steve?
Well done to Mark Leder from Bow. He went
into what
I'm really worried about this because everyone's getting that last clue wrong. I reckon it's so rubbish that even your mental fans can't work it out.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but
Give that final Rockbusters clue again.
the Jamaican fella had to have some aspirin. Why is that? Why did he have to do it?
No,
FD.
hold on, that's changed.
Well, it doesn't matter. The
Oh,
story
it doesn't matter. That's the point of a cryptic clue, isn't it? Oh, what have you got now?
Right into what
I'm really worried about this because everyone's getting that last clue wrong. I reckon it's so rubbish that even your mental fans can't work it out.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but
Give that final Rockbusters clue again.
the Jamaican fella had to have some aspirin. Why is that? Why did he have to do it?
No,
FD.
hold on, that's changed.
Well, it doesn't matter. The
Oh,
story
it doesn't matter. That's the point of a cryptic clue, isn't it? Oh, what have you got now?
Right.
Rockbusters?
Is it that time?
It is indeed. Last week, of course, it was a disaster.
Yeah, every Saturday at 16 minutes to 2, we do Rockbusters.
I have to say that I've not really gone through them, but the prizes look exactly the same as they were last week.
Yeah.
There's that T-shirt.
So it's a
There's
rollover,
still-
but you haven't added to it.
Have you not
The
added
point of a
anything to it?
rollover is you've got to add to it. That's the excitement.
Yeah,
Not
there's a couple of albums that.
Okay, well, it's also
Okay.
the Fools and Horses video with the free.
I don't think I'm bloody jealous of that.
It's a little kind of model three-wheeled van.
Rodney, you plonker. What's that?
This is what looks to be some kind of best of the stereo MCs.
Don't call me a plonker, you wanker.
The David Attenborough DVD collection.
Oh, shit himself in it.
Oh, yeah, the big prize that we
Voice
totally
singing.
win. Best chill out.
Cassandra.
Who is that supposed to be an impression of? Which member of the cast is that? Is that Cheeky Dell?
I don't know.
Best chill out album ever, the best
Brilliant.
Guitar Volume 2, and of course for all our fans, Doctor Who, The Aztecs. That's on DVD, and that's one of the William Hartnell Doctor Who. All right. That's the worst impression I've ever heard. That's brilliant.
Right. Three cryptic stuff. Oh, come on. Three. I can't do it. Right. Three cryptic clues.
Some of which may be wrong.
Yeah, and don't take the letters literally.
Yeah.
Right, go on.
And some initials, and it makes up a band. So here we go then. There's three of them. You email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Yeah.
Right, here we go then.
Sure.
Number one. The weather stinks, doesn't it?
The weather stinks, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's R.
That's all right.
Right.
The weather stinks, doesn't it?
Yeah. Second one. Look, Gran, just get on the boat and help us out.
All right, give us that again.
Look, Gran, just get on the boat and help us out.
Look around, just get on the boat and help us out. What's the initial?
R again.
R again.
Yeah. And then the third one, if you're going to do that with your drink, I'd let it settle for a bit before you open it. CK.
CK.
All right.
What's
so,
more?
So quickly, all the way through then. Number one, the weather stinks, doesn't it? That's R. Look, Gran, just get on the boat and help us out, will you? That's R as well. And then the last one, if you're going to do that to your drink, I'd let it settle for a bit before you open it. CK.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Rockbusters, right? Can I just recap?
Yeah, because actually I have to say you've really stumped people this week.
Yeah.
Well, either that or they just can't be bothered anymore.
Well, or they're wrong again.
No, right.
I think the prices are so pitiful they can't be ours.
Let me just explain it again, just in case they don't understand it. It's a cryptic clue, right? And it makes up a band, and the initial that I give you is the initial that the band or the artist starts off with. So last week, well, I can't remember, but we did AK, an exploding pet, atomic kitten. That explains it. So very quickly, number one.
No, last week we did FP, that you gave out the clue, FD, Frida Payne.
Yeah, it was an error. So the
They're all
first
right
one,
this week, though, aren't they?
yeah, the weather stinks, doesn't it? That's the cryptic clue, and the letter is R. Number two.
That's the rainy smell, boys.
Right. Look, Gran, just get on the boat and help us out, will you? That's R as well. And the last one, if you're
That's rigging nanny.
if you're going to do that to your drink, I'd let it settle for a bit before you open it. That's CK.
Right.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Plus, keep your problems and queries coming for Carl. We've got another one as well, which I'd like to give you after the next track, Carl. All right?
You got a problem. Right,
Some people like torment.
Go on.
That's, right, first one. The weather stinks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That was R, which was rainbow.
Rainbow?
Like rain is the weather, and it smells like bow.
Bow?
Body odour.
No, it's B.O.
It's B.O. That's
It's pronounced B.O.
B.O.
Yeah, but you've got to play.
It's not pronounced bow, and it's not spout bow.
Who calls it bow? Everyone knows it's B.O.
What, you don't care? You don't care that doesn't work?
Well, we got it. So again, as long as
One
we're getting
person
it,
got
as
it,
long as
Carl.
we're getting it.
One person got it. Of all the emails, one person got it.
Second one. Look, Gran, just get on the boat, will you, and help us out.
Go on.
That was R. That was a Ronan. Ronan, right?
Ronan, who's Ronan?
Ronan.
Who's Ronan?
Ronan Keating.
But he's known as Ronan Keating.
No, it's
Okay.
not. No, it's not anymore though. He's gone on his own, hasn't he? He's just known as Ronan.
No, he's not.
He's not. It's Ronan Keating.
He's always been known as Ronan Keating.
Right.
So that doesn't work like that. Go on.
Third one.
Next.
If you're going to do that to your drink, I'd let it settle for a little bit before you open it. That was CK.
Right.
Shake a can. Shake a can. If you're going to shake, you can.
This is the worst competition ever.
So,
It's Chaka.
have you got?
It's Chaka. It's Chaka. It's Chaka Khan.
Shake a can.
No, Chaka Khan.
What you got?
Chuck a can might have worked. To throw a can.
You got all three right then.
Well,
because basically what happened was people
We're
just
stopping
emailed in 3 guesses.
We're stopping
and
this.
the guesses that were right came from Mandy Thompson in Hendon.
let's ruin
but
that
frankly,
one. Well, that's run that into the ground. That's doing it. Okay.
So
Right, here we go. Rockbusters.
Rockbusters, first one. We'll do 2 of these and I'll play something in a minute. Right, first one. The Australian picks 2 blokes.
What?
The Australian picks 2 blokes.
The Australian picks 2 blokes.
the initial.
Yeah, the initial E. Right. And the second one, that builder's a
I've got that already. It's annoying.
bit, that builder is a bit cute.
He's a bit cute.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's BT.
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 That builder's a bit cute.
Yeah. And the Australian picks 2 blokes E.
You know.
Answers?
Nearly done. Let's play Rockbusters.
Alright. First one was the Australian picks 2 blokes. The initial was E. The answer there, Eminem. Eminem. Alright. The second one, that builder is a bit cute. The initials there were BT. That was Bonnie Tyler. And so I give some initials out and a cryptic clue, and it makes up the answer. And that.
Well, sometimes it does, yeah. Go on.
There's 2 of them, there's a new aspects, which I'll explain about in a minute. So, the first one is, cryptic clue is, well, if he would have been wearing an helmet, he would have been alright. And the initial there is B, right? So, well, if he would have been wearing an helmet, he would have been alright. B, right? Band or an artist. Second one, why are them Jamaican fellas swinging fish around their head?
Okay.
Right,
This
initials
fills me with...
DS. DS. Why them Jamaican men swinging fish around their head? Alright. So, Rockbusters then.
Yeah.
Get these out of the way, we're running out of time now.
I have to say now that we've had no answers that have attempted even to guess all three.
Right, you see, that's because you're an idiot. Right, okay, right. Do the questions and the answers. And if I think that it's either too hard or ungettable because it's stupid, we're bidding it.
I thought we'd already been.
Right, come on, do it quickly.
The first one was, well, if he would have been wearing an helmet, he would have been all right.
Right, what's the answer?
That was B.
What's the answer?
Busted.
Right, that works.
Busted, that's fair enough.
Did anyone get that? I assume some people.
No. People have given up, Rick. People aren't even bothering to contribute.
Right, what's the next one?
They've just ignored it like it never happened.
Busted.
Second one.
Busted.
Why them Jamaican men swinging fish around their head?
Go on.
That was DS.
Yeah.
70s band. Detroit Spinners.
The Detroit Spinners have become the D-Trout Spinners.
Yeah.
Okay. Brilliant.
Do you know what? I haven't even got onto One Slippy. I'm still on Trout Spinners.
Well, let's put a song, that's it.
I don't know what to say.
A song for the...
A song for the ladies, surely.
Did anyone get any of those?
Let's end with Nick Drake and the Beautiful Riverman, and we'll see you next week. And hopefully,
What's
Rockbusters will be
Trout Spinners?
ditched.
Detroit Spinners.
Well, don't keep saying it. Oh, we've got a show lined up for you. Sad news for Rockbusters fans. It is going to be the last Rockbusters.
Does that mean that we are doing another one and it's the last one? Or
We are
we've
doing
scrapped
another
it
one,
together?
and it's the last one.
Oh, man.
Got a bit of a special one, Steve.
Have you?
It's just sort of done.
What, it makes sense?
No,
First time only.
it's done on accents because I'm running out of like clues and that to use.
Oh, is this as good as the Jamaican one? The Detroit Spinners.
The Trout Spinners.
That doesn't work at all.
Right, first one. The northern lad remembers he had to tell his mum's daughter something.
Oh, dearie me.
The northern lad remembers he had to tell his mum's daughter something. That's O, the initial O there. Think of a band.
Yeah, I've got it
the
already.
initial, right?
Yeah, okay, that's easy. Go on next.
Second one, the person from Birmingham got a C in their degree. Right, the person from Birmingham got a C in their degree. The initial O is T.
You don't get A, B or C with your degree.
Well, that's... And the final one, the Cockney fella isn't happy. Everything's going wrong. That's DH. The initials there, DH. So very quickly, the northern lad remembers he had to tell his mum's daughter something.
Oh, they're not going to get the second one.
O. Second one, the person from Birmingham got a C in their degree. Initial T. And the last one, the Cockney fella isn't happy. Everything's going wrong. DH. Email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk and win some stuff.
Is it important that they bear in mind the accents? Will the accent help them?
Of course it will, yeah.
Well, of course it will. Not necessarily, of course.
Yeah.
What are the answers?
Give us them again.
Right, the northern lad remembers he had to tell his mates, his mum's daughter something.
I'm so glad this is the last one ever. This is the last, I promise it's the last Rockbuster ever.
The northern lad remembers he had to tell his mum's daughter something. That was O.
Yeah, I know that.
What was it?
Oasis.
Oasis. Right. Yeah. So that was
I
another
like that one, that works. That works though. Go on, what's the next one? This is what works. This one worries me. Go on.
The person from Birmingham got a C in their degree.
No idea.
That was T.
Go on.
Toto. Tutu.
A C as well. Just made it up. A C. 2-2. I love it. I love it. Toto. Well, Toto. Right, no, did anyone get that?
Toto. Yeah.
You aren't
I just saw
joking.
it on an email.
Right,
something
come on.
like that.
What was the
Right,
last
okay.
one? That's extraordinary.
Last one, the Cockney fella isn't happy. Everything is going wrong. Going back in time a bit, the initials DH.
Going back in time a bit?
Yeah, that for the song. It's not a sort of.
Oh, right. I remember. I didn't hear that first time round.
Cockney fella isn't happy. Everything's going wrong. The initials with DH.
Yeah.
That was Dan Hill. Dan Hill. Right. Dan Hill. Nobody got that one. That's a tricky one. But Steve, do you want to pick someone who got a couple?
No. I mean, I imagine Dan Hill was on everyone's lips. I mean,
I'm sorry. I think I know about music, but I don't know who Dan Hill is.
Sometimes when we touch.
Yeah, they honestly it's too much. It's
Doesn't
an
really matter.
awful ballad from about 1973. Right? No one would get Dan Hill. Did anyone get Dan Hill?
Well, I don't know, Steve. You are just.
I'm not going to check. I can't be bothered. I just want to celebrate that it's over. I'm just pleased that we're finished with Rockbusters.
What?
Right.
Did anyone get it?
I've got to check.
I want to hear that answer again. Well, Carl, leave the mouse alone and let me find that one.
What?
That is someone's contempt for you.
Yeah.
They've put Oasis, fair enough. Second one, Travis, they've just gone. Third one, Oliver Hardy. They don't care. That's how much contempt people have.
That's what's the answer.
Right, anyway, what I'm thinking is, Rockbusters coming back for a bit.
What? What are we talking about?
He likes my idea, he likes my characters. He doesn't like that idea.
If I I was going to say, if I came up with
With what?
with that Chinese fella
What was his name?
for a sketch, you wouldn't have liked it. Let's do Rockbusters and see how it goes. I know you weren't a fan of it, but
Hang on,
Yeah, to be honest, Carl, he dissed Cheap as Chimps, and we know that's a brilliant idea.
hang on, sorry. We all agreed that Rockbusters was a piece of old toss.
no, I didn't. I said it needed
Why
resting.
you stop doing it?
I said it needed resting for a bit.
I don't remember that conversation. What do you mean it needed resting? We abandoned it because it was appalling. It started off as a nice idea, but you just gone crazy. None of it made any
Let's play a
sense.
record and come back to this, shall we? What do you want to play?
Bit of sugar.
Oh.
Yeah, brilliant. That cheers us all
I
up.
don't know why you were thinking of bringing this back. I'm genuinely worried about this. Well, is that the doorbell?
Well, if you are new, you haven't heard it before, I'll sort of give a cryptic clue and then some initials.
I'd say it isn't cryptic. It's like, what am I thinking? That might or might not be the initials that I'm going to say. That's how you got to think, really.
Yeah.
But go on.
Do you want to remind them of any that spring to mind? Just as a...
Exploding Pet was Atomic Kitten. Doesn't really work. What
I
else?
fell down in a puddle in Texas.
I got my legs wet. Knelt down in the puddle, got my legs wet. Wet knee Houston doesn't work either.
Whitney Houston.
Jamaican swinging a fish round. D-trout spinners doesn't work in the slightest. Doesn't work in the slightest.
That's how they work. So, there's three of them you email in. So here we go then. Number one. The gingerbread man has only got one leg. Right? The gingerbread man has only got one leg.
Got
the
it.
initials there. LB. LB. Right? Okay. Second one. These people from the East Midlands swear a lot. Alright? These people from the East Midlands swear a lot.
These people from the...
East Midlands swear a lot. The
Okay.
initials TTD. Right? And the third one, have a holiday in Italy. Right?
So you've done three then?
TB is the initials on that one. So quickly again, the first one, gingerbread man's only
Yeah, I've got that one
leg.
as well. I've got that
LB.
one. I've got two.
These people from the East Midlands swear a lot. TTD. And the third one, have a holiday in Italy. TB. Email in with what the songs are and you win that stuff. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Hang on, it's not the songs, it's the artists, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, just the...
Oh, yeah, like he said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
You've had a few real answers, proper answers, I hear. So, either I'm wrong or people do think like you. I've got two of them. What are the clues again?
Right. First one was the gingerbread man has only got one leg.
I've got that.
That was LB.
Limp Biscuit.
Right.
Yeah,
the
that
third
works.
One, the third one that I think you worked out.
Yeah.
Have a holiday in Italy.
Chewing Breaks.
TB. Chewing breaks.
Yeah, this is the one I can't get. If there's a reason why I can't get this, we're not doing Rockbusters
Can I
again.
give the answer to this one?
Yeah.
What's the clue?
The clue? These people from the East Midlands swear a lot.
Yeah. TTB.
TTB.
The answer?
Yeah, go on.
Give the clue again.
These people from the East Midlands swear a lot.
Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Right, you're never doing Rockbusters again.
Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Right, you're not doing it. You're never doing... You've blown it. You see, you sneak that one in.
Yeah, but I always like to sort of give two that, you know, are fairly easy, and then you sort of work out the men from the boys then, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean... Rockbusters, well, you shot yourself in the foot with that, so... Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Amazing.
I mean, what did you think of first? His name and what words you could put in there?
I normally sort of just go through a Guinness Book of Hit singles and go, right, who can I do?
Right. You're giving away a lot of... I mean, that, you know, you're an enigma, Carl. I wouldn't give away your workings. I mean, because then everyone will be able to do it. What are we doing now?
We'll do Rockbusters, get that up and running.
Yes, sir.
Get the email busy.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Right.
okay. Go on then.
Right, so you know how it works. Cryptic clues, initials.
Well, as I say every week, they're not strictly cryptic. It's more, what am I thinking that starts with these letters?
Is craptic a word? Is that a word, craptic? Because anyway.
Oh God.
So last week, one of them was these people from the East Midlands can't help swearing.
Yeah, Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Tourette's Trent
That's
D'Arby.
the sort of shite we're dealing with to try and get a Sony.
Right, so here's the clues and that. First one.
And that. What are we after here? The artist?
Yeah.
The band name or solo artist?
It's, I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Go on.
So the first one, the hitchhiker needs a lift, but in something bigger than a car.
Go on, what's the initials?
VH, right? The hitchhiker needs a lift, but in something bigger than a car.
Yeah.
Right? Second one, don't be selfish, hand some of it out to your mates.
Right.
The initial there is C. Right?
Yeah.
Don't be selfish, hand some of it out to your mates. And the
Sure,
third
that's
one,
not what is Carl. He's selfish.
no,
Begins with C.
right? And the third one, the Scottish fellas can't get into their emails.
Right. Okay.
The Scottish fellas can't get into their emails.
Go on then.
Right, the initials there, KL. Right, so quickly again, the hitchhiker needs a lift, but in something bigger than a car, VH.
Yeah.
Don't be selfish, and some of that out to your mates, that's
Right.
C.
This is your last chance, Carl.
And the Scottish fellas can't get into their emails.
If I hear anything like Wetney Houston or D Trout Spinners or Tourette's Trent D'Arby coming out of this, we're never doing it again. Okay? Is that? Carl, what are you thinking, mate?
Right, Rockbusters, that's what I'm thinking.
Straight to it. Straight to it. Go on then, who's the winner?
Right,
We've got to do the clues again.
Right, the first one was the hitchhiker needs a lift, but in something bigger than a car.
Yeah, snappy, go on.
VH.
Yeah.
Right, that was Van Halen,
Van Halen. Halen a van.
because he wanted something bigger than a car. That's the first one.
Yeah.
All the
Second one.
tenses are mixed up, everything. It's just, go on.
Second one, don't be selfish, and some of that out to your mates. That was C, that was share. Right? It's alright.
Yeah.
And the third one, the Scottish fellas can't get into their emails. The initials there, KL. They, Kenny logins.
Right. That's the last time we do Blockbusters. That is the last time we do it.
No.
It is. That's the last time. Give the prize to someone.
Kenny Loggins. I'm going to give that one to
Kenny Loggins.
Helen Perrott. She has emailed in, and actually, Helen, I need you to email in your address if you would, so we can send you those goodies, DVDs in the band and stuff.
But who would get Kenny Loggins? If the clue was good, who would get Kenny Loggins? What did he do? Footloose?
Yeah.
Go on. Right. 3 cryptic clues, like the one you just heard there. First one.
Cryptic, that is cryptic a word.
First one, my younger brother spotted you the other day. Right, that's the cryptic clue. My younger brother spotted you the other day. The initials JS. JS for the band. Second one, that champagne belongs to the Boxers kid.
The way he looks up, like it's Oscar Wilde. It's
That champagne belongs to the Boxers kid. The initials are AM. And the third one, the vibrators. And the initial B.
What?
Right? The vibrators. And the initial is B. So the first one, my younger brother spotted you the other day.
Oh, I know that one. That's ridiculous.
JS.
The phone's going.
Second one, that champagne belongs to the Boxers kid. AM. And the third one, the vibrators, the initial B. So email in and you win. You can say the prizes later.
Good. Come on, Carl, save us. You've got to save us.
So
We've done.
Rockbusters answers now. We're doing them now, Steve.
Yeah.
Right. First one, my younger brother spotted you the other day. The
Yeah.
initials there, JS. That was junior, senior.
Yeah, good. I'll give you that.
Second one, that champagne belongs to the Boxers kid. That was AM. That was Alison's Moye. Alison's Moye. Alison Moye. for the
Sorry,
second
just
one.
give us the clue again.
That champagne belongs to the Boxers kid.
So, Muhammad Ali's son.
Yeah.
Right, Alison's Moye.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then third one, always an easy one in there for everyone so they can take part. The vibrators, the initials B. That's Buzzcocks.
You can't say Cox.
That's why we've been more. That's why you can't say Cox.
Have we got a winner?
We have indeed. I chose him because his name amused me, which is a bit harsh.
It's not Mr. Tits.
No, Gerald Preston. Sorry, Gerald, I don't know why that tickled me. It's so unfair.
That only tickled me because it's not funny. There's nothing funny with Gerald Preston. There is nothing funny.
I think it was because it sounded like it was a man of a different generation. I think that was why
Gerald Preston.
it sounded like...
That's terrible.
I know.
Right, Gerald, there's nothing funny about that name.
There's nothing funny about the name.
Steve just made me laugh. He did.
I don't know why that made us funny. It made us laugh, but it just tickled me. But just don't... Whatever you think of your name, don't worry, because these prizes...
There's nothing funny about Gerald Preston.
I don't know, Gerald, if you're a fan of wild weather, but you've got a 2VH set coming to your way. So you certainly will be interested in extreme weather conditions by the end of that, I would have thought. Plus some arbitrary CDs, so good luck, Gerald.
Oh, dear.
Go on, Carl.
Right, the clues are, clue 1. They're having problems.
This is
Right, we're the Rockbusters. This is what we're doing.
I tell you what, I think Foxy was really soft on us. I think he... Oh, go on.
This is what we're tuning for. Okay, so this is clue 1 again.
So go on.
This is brilliant. Come on. This is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Class.
Come on, Carl. Don't worry about him. He doesn't understand radio, Carl. I heard his show before we had us. He was doing it. It sounded just like Dr. Fox.
Yeah.
Go on.
Clue 1. They're having problems. They haven't got any rice.
Say it again and say it like it's written down. Right. Say it like it's like you're reading it as opposed to making it up as you go along. I know you are, but say it again because all the ums and ahs people think are integral.
They're having problems.
Do it again.
They're having problems. They haven't got any rice left.
Different. A cryptic clue every word. That's the matter. I love that.
What's the initial?
CC.
CC, and the clue again.
They're having a few problems with that. Because they haven't got any rice left.
Different every time. Go on, that's number 1.
Second one, the Geordie fella doesn't know what he's been charged for.
Okay, and what's the initials then?
BW. The Geordie fella doesn't know what he's being charged for.
Right.
And the final one, if he had 2 bricks and he had to throw them at 2 women, right?
Stop! Right, you've got to go through this without going. Right? Just do it again. Just say it again. Think what you're going to say, then say it.
I had 2 bricks.
No, it's if I had before.
Well, I've got a couple...
Stop it a minute. Stop, because I'm going to burst. Right, Carl, work out what you're going to say and say it. Right.
Okay, just calm down.
Okay,
Just everyone calm down.
Okay, right.
I had 2 bricks to throw at 2 women, and I didn't hit either of them.
Right, okay.
The initials MM. Right, so
Okay.
quickly again. They haven't got
I've
any rice.
got that! I've got that, and it's brilliant! That is a brilliant one!
Okay.
Right? They've run out of rice, they've got problems on their hands. CC, right? The second one, Geordie fella doesn't know what he's being charged for, right? BW, and I had 2 bricks to throw at 2 women, didn't hit any of them, right? That's MM. Email in, Ricky.Gervais, sex offender.
Brilliant, play record.
Wins.
Go on then.
So, Rockbusters, what were the clues?
Right, the clues were, the first one was, they're running out of rice, so they've got problems. That was CC. That was China crisis. Right?
Okay, yeah, if they ran out of rice in China, it would be a crisis, fair enough.
Second one, the Geordie fella doesn't know what he's being charged for. Right? That was Bill Wyman.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And the third one, I had 2 bricks to throw at 2 women, and I didn't hit either of them. That was Mister.
Mister.
I'll let him up, those were alright, those.
That's extraordinary. The winner, Gina. I think Gina Ferry. Well done, Gina. And the reason I gave it to Gina is because she's included, and this is a wonderful segue, some monkey fact information of her own. She says, apparently, that the group Chumbawamba got their name from one of those monkeys in a room with a typewriter experiments. Someone did it as a joke, and Chumbawamba was a word that was typed out, and that's where the group got their name.
And their lyrics.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is good.
So let's have official monkey news. Play the jingle.
All right. Well.
Alright, yeah. Here's your Rockbusters, yeah, right.
Cryptic clue, a
Wow.
couple of initials, and you sort that out. Right. First one.
What's Dr. Fox on about that we don't? We don't sound like proper presenters. It's mad. Go on, Carl.
Right, the first one. A customer wanted some paint to darken up a room. Shop assistant knew what to do. Right? Customer wanted some paint to darken up a room. The shop assistant knew what to do. The initials there, CB. Right? CB for the first one there. Right? Second one, it'd be alright if their heads weren't that big. Right?
And again?
It would be alright if their heads weren't that big. And that's SF. Right?
SF?
Yeah. And the last one...
I know that one. Yeah, go on.
And the last one, Chanel, I've got another perfume out. N-O. Right? Chanel, I've got another perfume out. N-O. You email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. That's that done.
And those prizes can be yours.
Yeah.
But before we do, a little bit of Rockbuster results.
Just checking some of the answers, Rick, and it seems that an awful lot of people have got it right.
Go on then, tell us them again then. Remind us on before you give us the answers.
Alright, Rockbusters number 1 was like this. It was a
We'll
customer...
stop your monkey news, by the way, until you start getting some credible ones. Because that's it's ridiculous. It's not true.
Well, it seems mad.
But no, but it's through the internet again. So anyone can go online, download that story. It's insubstantial. It's get ones from journals or where the source is quoted. Okay, or we're not interested, or we're not. Well, you don't. Okay. So same with on thin ice. We've pulled this once. We've pulled Rockbuster. We suspended it once, and you came back again. So it's. Do you know what I mean? So go on then.
Right, so Rockbusters number 1 was about a customer who wanted some paint, wanted to darken up a room. The shop assistant knew what to do. What did she do? The initials were CB. Cella Black, right? Cella Black. Sell her some black.
You see, I thought Cilla Black because it's CB, and I thought, well, it can't be because it's not Cella. It's not Sell Her Black.
Cryptic,
it's Cilla.
Cryptic though, isn't it?
No, cryptic doesn't mean it's wrong.
They all got it anyway, so it's a bit weird, isn't it? Second one, it would be alright if their heads weren't that big, right?
Right.
The initials are SF.
Well, one of my favourite bands, yeah. The smaller faces, isn't it?
Small faces.
Well, no, that doesn't make sense. Okay, go on then.
And the final one, Chanel have got another perfume out. Right.
I'll just say we've had an email from one of our listeners who said if this turns out to be New Order, he's never listening to XFM again.
What's the clue again?
Chanel, I've got another perfume out. New odour.
Right, well that's another listener gone.
What do you mean? There's not a group called New Odour.
No, it's cryptic.
It's not. That doesn't mean cryptic. Wrong doesn't mean cryptic. It's like saying what animal I'm thinking of. Frog. That doesn't mean cryptic. Sell Her Black. What artist is that? Small Faces works. Just about.
If I say what animal I'm thinking of, what am I
Monkey.
thinking? Well, there you go then. So it does work.
Play a record.
Right?
Play a record.
So who's a winner?
Yes. Now I'm going to give it to someone who emailed in with the correct answer, and his name is Steve Martin.
Really?
And I've given it to, I don't know if you've noticed over the last few weeks, I've been giving the prize to people with just a kooky element to them, you know.
For people to start sending their name in, like Barry Bunkfroyd.
Well, don't worry, because I can spot if it's a fake comedy name.
What was that last one we laughed at?
I can't remember. I think it was Gerald something.
Yeah, it was. It was just like Gerald Smethurst or something.
What's it? Preston?
Gerald Preston. Why is that a funny name?
Jerry Preston, a great guy. But
Gerald Preston, we laughed at that.
He caught my attention. So this week, Steve Martin's caught my attention.
Right. Yeah. When was the last time Steve Martin made you laugh?
Let's have the jingle again.
Oh, Rockbusters.
Right, if you haven't heard it before, cryptic clues that make up a band and some initials to help you on your way as well. Mm-hmm. So,
well, you'd never get it without, but go on.
First one, that fella likes sucking on iron. Right?
That fella likes sucking on iron.
Yeah, the initial M. Right?
Okay.
That fella likes sucking on iron. Right, that's the first one. Second one, the Jamaican fella spots a boat.
Oh, God. Say that again.
The Jamaican fella spots a boat.
Spots a boat.
Yeah. Right.
The Jamaican fella spots a boat.
That's right, yeah.
All right.
Initial D.
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 All right.
And the last one, do you want a game of tug of war? Well, it's up to you. You own it. Right.
Interesting.
I've just got number 2.
Right. Do you want?
Oh, God. Right,
The
go
third
on.
one, do you want a game of tug of war? Well, it's up to you. You own it.
And what's the initial?
E.
All of them again, quickly.
Right, so the first one, that fella likes sucking on iron. That's M. Second one, Jamaican fella spots a boat. Right, that's D. And the last one, do you want a game of tug of war? Well, it's up to you. It's, you own it. Right.
But it finishes it like it's a whole story by the end.
That's E.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Please don't
Email
phone
only.
me. We cannot be bothered to answer the phone. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
White Stripe.
Excellent.
Radiohead, they're there on XFM 104.9 with Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington with the answers to Rockbusters, the biggest quiz on radio, probably. Mm-hmm. Do you want to remind us the
No, you mean the crappiest quiz on radio?
Yeah.
First one was that fella likes sucking on iron.
Yeah.
Right. The initial was M.
Yeah.
What was the band? It was Metal Liquor. Right.
What's Metal Liquor? No, wait, I've never heard of a band, Metal Liquor.
Metallica.
No, you said Metal Liquor, I don't understand.
Yeah, Metal Liquor. Metallica.
What? No, say it again and try and make Metallica sound like Metal Liquor.
Metallica. Metallica. Metallica.
Is he having a fit? Say it again. Make Metallica sound like Metal Liquor.
Metallica. Metallica.
Okay, next one.
Second one, the Jamaican fella spots a boat. That was easy. That was D. That was Divage. You got that?
Make it sound like the band.
Divage.
Make it sound like a Jamaican fella saying spotting a boat.
Divage. Right. So you got that one. And the last one. Do you want a game of tug of war? Well, it's up to you. You own it. Right. That was E. That was your rope. Right. Europe.
Right. Who did the final countdown?
Yeah. So that's the.
No, what? We've let that go.
That's the 3 answers for this week. Who's the winner, Steve?
Well, again, there are lots and lots of people who got it right, Rick. So I don't know if it's just us that think this is rubbish. But, well, I'm always a fan of people with just something, a name, I don't know, that maybe tickles me. And sadly, I did want to give it to, I wanted to give it to Daniel Jarrett. Because for some reason, Danny Jarrett.
We're going to start.
But sadly, I just realised he got it wrong, so I'm going to give it to a different Dan.
So not only did you ridicule his name,
He's not even getting the prizes. But better luck next time, Danny Jarrett. Instead, I'm giving it to Dan Mason of Ilford. So he got them right and he wins those prizes.
Okay, this is what everyone tunes in for. This is Monkey News, I think, not the music. Go on.
Well, here we go then.
Yeah.
3 cryptic clues now.
Wow.
Just work
Really
it out.
cryptic, but-
Easy as that. Email in.
It's email in.
Right.
Well, what's the email address?
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Well, don't say that I know it or care.
I think. Yeah. So the first one, he's got American coins all down his spine. Right? He's got American coins all down his spine. What band's that? What artist is it? Email in.
What does it begin with?
What? M.
I know it, I've got it already.
Right,
That's
N.
rubbish, too easy. Yeah,
Right,
go on
second
next.
one, Jeremy Beadle has got arthritis. Right, Jeremy Beadle has got arthritis.
Yeah.
That's the second clue. The initials there, SLF. Right, SLF. Jeremy Beadle's got a little bit of arthritis. And the third one, Foxy, Shipman, and a country western singer on a merry-go-round. SD, right? So Foxy, Shipman, and some country western singer having a go on a merry-go-round. The initial SD, right? So email in, Ricky.gervais.
I'm intrigued with that one. I'm genuinely intrigued with that one.
I like the fact there's this sort of whiff of controversy about it. The shipman is mentioned.
I know, yeah. Oh,
A little
dear.
bit edgy there.
So that's the three.
He's from your neck of the woods, isn't he, as well, Shipman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my mum's mum used to use him.
Okay, let's play a record.
Well, so Rockbusters answers, got to get them out of the way a bit earlier. Right, so there they are. First one. He's got American coins all the way down his spine.
Yeah.
Why would that be? Right? Initial was N.
Nickelback.
Nickelback.
I got all these this week.
Right. Second one, Jeremy Beadle has got arthritis. What's going on there?
Stiff little fingers.
SLF, stiff little fingers.
Yeah.
And the third one, Foxy, Shipman, and...
No, and a country and western singer, you said. Now, what's the initial?
SD.
Yeah, so Spin Doctors. Yeah, I got that. And then I said to you, why is it a country and western singer? And you said Dr. Hook. Why is it Dr. Hook? Why does that give anyone the clue Dr. Hook? A country and western singer?
It's just what was in my mind.
Well, there we are.
There you go. So we've changed this to Rockbusters, or what am I thinking? You could have had Dre.
What's in my mind? You could have had And the Medics. All right? Just think it through.
Who's the winner?
The winner, very lucky, Sandra Cassidy of Leon C. She gets all those great prizes. You know, we've actually had people emailing in saying this is the worst Rockbusters ever because it was too easy, it was boring. But, this is just, don't shoot the messenger.
Oh,
Other
dear.
people saying it really has run its course. Some people genuinely agree.
Oh, Carl, this must hurt, mate.
Stinging attacks on you. Some people just slagging you off generally, saying you whinge all the time.
Looks like Steve was right when he sort of like poo-poos your ideas.
So
when he wheezed on your bonfire.
Someone else, I swear to God, someone else emailed in and said, don't bother sending me the prizes, take them to a charity shop or pawn them, give me the money, I'd rather have it. So I don't know what to say, Carl. I just wonder if it really has run its course now.
All right, well, we'll see what you come up with next week then. Let's see what you do. Let's see what you come in with.
Sure.
Yeah. 5-1. I'm guessing it'll be...
Right, there you go. Let's do Rockbusters.
Right,
Email only, of course.
Yeah. Email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you know the answer. Right, first one. Bit of a cryptic clue if you haven't heard it before.
Wow, cryptic, go on. What is Carl thinking?
If you go into France by boat, I'd get your fags on there because it's a lot cheaper.
Imagine Bob Holness. Sorry, we're out of time. Sorry, your minute's up. You've won nothing. I was reading that question out.
Sorry,
Right.
so what...
Well, let's do it again, and I want it to be exactly the same, word perfect. I bet you it will change all over the place. It'll be different. He's lost it.
France, buy yourself a boat.
Here.
Fag yourself.
Okay. Fingers on the buzzers. You've only got 10 seconds to win the gold run. Okay, first up. Here, I'll tell you what. No, seriously, if you're thinking of going to France, well, don't, because go on the ferry, get the fags there, because it's cheaper. Go on.
Right, so that one again. If you want to buy some fags, you're going over to France on a boat, get them on there because you'll save a few quid. BF. Right? BF.
Okay.
Right, second one. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
This little foreign cafe is growing its own steak.
Yeah. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
Good.
D.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
And the last one.
Is that part of it?
Hang on.
He's the best, isn't he? He's the best.
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
What? The Jamaican fellow might have screamed this on the Titanic.
What's it start with?
It's CD, that one.
Jamaican fellow might have screamed this on the Titanic. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Please don't phone in. If you can get those, we just don't want to talk to you.
Better Nelly?
Yeah,
summer tune,
sweet.
it's a summer thing.
Sweet.
Right, so that's that. Rockbusters.
Yes.
I don't want you to tell Monkey News right now. We've just had a little story there.
Sure.
You don't want to go too far. Yeah, go
So
on.
we'll get Rockbusters out of the way. Have we got a winner?
Yeah, come on in. See, it worries me that we've had very few entries. I think that even your mental fans aren't getting these, which is really worrying. They must be terrible clues this week.
All right, well,
Has anyone got on right, Steve?
I think there's just one guy, yeah, who I suspect has won in the past.
Well,
There we are.
so what?
Right, the first one. If you go out to France by boat, you might as well buy your fags when you're on that, because you'll get them a lot cheaper.
Brilliant.
Right?
Yeah.
BF,
Yeah.
buy it ferry. Right? That's like
What?
buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on
What's Brian Ferry? What's that? Is that a band?
What?
What is it? I don't know what it is.
Brian Ferry.
Brian Ferry? What's that got to do with buying on a ferry, though?
Just because it's quite close to it. Buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on ferry.
Sorry,
That's the
what's your
first
first
one.
language?
The second one.
That's rubbish. That doesn't count. Brian Ferry.
Brian Ferry, Brian Ferry.
There's this little foreign cafe. It's growing its own steak. That's Delamitri. The third one.
What? Sorry, what? What is that? What is that? Delamitri.
Delhi is a little foreign cafe.
Yeah?
And a meat tree and that.
A meat tree. A meat tree. What were the initials for that?
Just D for that.
Just D for that? So not DA?
So you didn't even give him a chance to get in the group?
And we got it.
Well, no.
No, they didn't. Right, it's the end. Go on, right, go on.
Delhi meat tree.
Delhi meat tree. One word. D. Or any letter.
They're grinding their own meat.
N's in it. Go on. Okay, so Bayern, I love Bayern Ferry. And
Can I just point out,
Oxford Music was brilliant.
Can I just-
I love Oxford Music. Go on.
Can I just point out, Rick, that we've had
David Bowie?
Delhi meat tree.
Yeah.
I don't see why necessarily Aidan, who emailed in, why he doesn't get to win, because he emailed in dire steaks. Seems to be just as valid, as far as I can tell, but Delhi meat tree it is.
And the last one, if there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic.
I'm looking forward to this. With a little bit of fear.
Jamaican fella, if he was on the Titanic, he probably would have screamed this.
Yeah.
That's Christ, de Berg.
Stunning.
So who's the winner?
I'm not going to give it to anyone. I just don't. I
So
think
what's the Jamaican bit got to do with it?
It's the D. It's Christ, de Berg.
Say it again.
No, I think they've worked it out now.
Just say it again.
Christ, de Berg.
And who's that?
What?
Who's that?
Who's what?
Who's Christ de Berg?
Chris de Berg. Who's the winner, Steve?
do you know what? I'm going to give it to
So-
Aidan because he just treated you with nothing but contempt. Steve Martin emailed in again. He got the first two, and then the last one he just emailed. I neither know nor care about this answer. I'm tempted to give him. He's one of
Do you
the
know what
best.
you've done there, don't you? You've put the nail in the coffin of Rockbusters. I warned you for 3 weeks, and you sort of bucked your ideas up for a little while. But Christ de
Those are
Berg,
the worst you've ever done.
the words are Delamitri. So and didn't just put D, and then Bayern Ferry, Bayern Ferry, Bayern Ferry.
So, is that it? No, we're doing it.
Play a record.
Aren't we doing it?
I'm ashamed.
You're an idiot.
Are we doing it anymore?
I'm just going to keep saying you're an idiot.
Play a record. Carl, you learned nothing from Dr. Fox.
Yeah.
That's not a Sony out the window.
Aren't we doing it anymore?
What, you need to start working on it now because they're so good. You need to start working now for next Saturday.
Aren't we doing it anymore?
Just, I don't know.
Aren't we doing it? Anyway, listen, Rockbusters.
Oh, come on.
Let's get it done.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on then.
Right, so cryptic clues and initials, you work it out, it's a bound and stuff.
Yeah.
Right,
Brilliant.
first one.
Bob Holness.
The first clue, the doctor said part of the foot and the leg was no good, so he took him off and he threw him away. That's the clue, the initials
Okay.
TB.
Okay.
TB, right? The doctor said part of the foot and the leg was no good, so he took them off and threw them away. Second one, the Scottish monster has got a bit of a tan, right? The Scottish monster has got a bit of a tan.
Okay.
That's TD, right? And the last one, well, the 60s singer had a heart attack whilst he was having it away. We won't be seeing him again. Right, and that's FNM. FNM.
It's the results, really, because this is and a very important result is whether they stay in the Premiership or are relegated. This is the playoffs for Karl. Okay? You need 3 points. You need 3 points to stay up, Karl. Go on.
Right, there's a lot of right answers in that.
Right, okay. That's in your favour, you know. Okay.
The first clue was the doctor said part of the foot and the leg was no good, so he took them off, he threw them away.
Yeah.
The initials TB.
Yeah.
Right?
Go on.
Tony Bennett. Alright, that's Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a warning. That's a yellow card. That is a yellow card, but you can still get the points.
Right.
Because his name's not Bennett. Tony, brilliant. Tony, perfect. A pun. His name's Tony, perfect. Bennett, no, his name's Bennett. See?
Well, he's in London this week as well, so I don't know if it's sold out. I won't mind.
Are you on drugs, or did I actually crack your head? Did I actually give you some brain damage? Because you're worse than usual now. It's like, go on.
Right, the second one. That Scottish fella.
We've got to speed this show
No,
up.
hang on. I've just got to make sure it's right. We don't want to look stupid. Right? That Scottish monster has got a bit of a tan.
I don't think we can look stupid with material like this.
TD. That Scottish monster's got a bit of a tan. The answer there, the Dark Mess.
I'll give you that.
Right.
Well done.
And the last one.
Goal.
The 60s singer, he had a heart attack the other way whilst having it away. You won't be seeing him again. The initials FNM. That's Faith No More. Adam Faith. Right.
No! Doesn't count!
Why not? Adam Faith No More. Right.
Adam Faith No More. So, sorry, what is the clue? Is the clue Adam Faith, or is it Faith No More?
It's Faith, I suppose. Just Faith No More. 60s singer. So we got that. That's that safe for next week. Who's the winner?
What do you make of it? You've got the deciding vote, Rick.
Well,
come on. I mean, you know my...
I mean, it works Faith No More, but he's mixed up what cryptic is and that, because the fella, I mean, Adam Faith did actually die having it away, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it's all about him.
It's all right. All the facts are right.
Anyway.
Okay, I think he's got a reprieve. I think I'll give it to him. I think I've got to give it to him, Steve. I think I have. He actually pulled that out of the bag, that one. There's no Jamaican fellas seeing icebergs or, you know, Whitney Houston. The closest he came to is Bennett, and I've got to let him off that. I've got to be a fair ref here.
Well, fair enough, and well done to... You know, I'm always a fan of names that for some reason just strike me or tickle me.
Yeah.
And this week the lucky winner is Dave Suckling. There's nothing amusing about that.
Oh dear.
So one on to Dave Suckling.
Okay. Well, Suckling wins it. Suckling takes the prize.
He takes the prizes, and well done to him. I guess there's more of that next week, and we're fast approaching the end of the show, Rick. I know you are excited about that, as am I.
Well, no, but the best to come, because we've still got Bruce Springsteen coming up now, followed by Monkey News.
Monkey News,
it's
absolutely.
amazing. What an amazing show this is. Quick, go, Rockbusters, right, go.
Right, the first clue.
Yeah, hurry up, faster.
All the police cars are on fire.
All the police cars are on fire. What's the initials?
BS.
BS, all the police cars are on fire. Good, what's the next one?
The director of 28 Days Later is shouting about sleeping outside.
Yeah, okay, what's the initials for that?
BB.
Right, okay, yeah. Right, go on then.
He wants to be a sailor. Why is that?
Yeah, what's the initials there?
B.
Brilliant, okay.
Give them again quickly, because I didn't quite catch the second one, so but go from the top.
All the police cars are on fire.
Yeah, it's BS.
BS.
Yeah.
The director of 28 Days Later is shouting about sleeping outside.
Yeah, okay.
BB.
Yeah.
Right? He wants to be a sailor. Why is that?
Yeah.
B.
B. Okay, then brilliant. Okay, now Karl, you going to cheer up now?
So have we got a recap on Rockbusters?
No, just do. Has anyone got the right answers? Has anyone got the right answers?
Let me just check here. Here's one from someone who just says he's given an answer. Answer to number one, I. Number 2, don't. Number 3, care.
Right, okay, is he close? Has anyone got 3 answers?
I can't find one with 3 answers.
So, again, you've done something wrong, Carl.
No.
This isn't radio, play a record.
There you go, someone's got it.
Give it to them.
Fine. Okay, give us the clues again, we'll give the answers straight away.
Yeah.
No fanning around.
Yeah,
Right.
it's really pointless.
Number 1,
Yeah.
all the police cars are on fire.
BS.
BS.
Yeah, what was that?
I can think of something.
Go on.
Blazing Squad.
Brilliant.
Right. The director of 28 Days Later is shouting about sleeping outside.
Yeah.
That's Dan Yell Bedingfield. Right?
Danielle
We're never-
Bedingfield.
Right, we'll never let him do this again.
I told you I washed my hands of it.
I know, but I
Why
just
did you
thought...
let him? Why do you...
Because he was grumpy.
But this is what happens. Look what's happened. Danielle Bedingfield. That's what happened.
The director of... So Danny Boy, so Dan, right, all that for Dan, about shouting about being... Dan Yell Bedingfield, right? What's the last one?
He wants to be a sailor, why is that?
Yeah?
Beyonce.
What does that mean?
Beyonce. Who wants to be on the sea?
Play a record. You're never doing it again. You've just
can't-
signed your death warrant.
What have we
You're
done?
never doing Rockbusters again. And it's monkey news, right? They would ban that as well.
We've
And we're serious this time.
Joe in Catford. Stuff up to you.
Look at it, he's even doing the shout out.
There you won. Well done on that.
What have we done? What have we done?
Which device would be Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington, possibly for the last time. And as a special treat, a return, sort of like a summer special, an end of term, well, a gift to the fans. Carl is bringing back Rockbusters. No.
Do you want to explain it?
Rockbusters is basically blockbusters, completely ripped off, done with music, that may or may not be a cryptic clue, and may or may not be the actual band name, and may or may not be the actual letters he said they were in the first place.
Do you want to sort of describe one though in case someone's a new listener? Like,
Well, Exploding Pet was Atomic Kitten.
Yeah.
Okay.
But basically, for those of you who are new to the show, this is the final show, Carl reads out what he considers to be a cryptic clue. It's not a cryptic clue, it's just some words, just a string of words.
Yeah.
And from that, you are supposed to deduct the name of an artist or a group or a band.
We've had things like the Jamaican fella swinging a fish round, that was De-Trout Spinners.
De-Trout Spinners.
So that's the level of intellect you are getting from Karl Pilkington.
What was the
Just
one-
do the competition, what?
I was thinking, was it that she fell down
Whitney
in Texas?
Houston.
She fell down into a puddle in Texas.
Yeah.
On a knee. Wet knee used to.
Yeah, so you said it twice, it's not cryptic, so just do it, come on.
Right, so there's 3 of them and you email in your answers. We've got some good prizes today now. Right.
Well, let me tell you the prizes. They
Yeah.
aren't bad. They're
Whiz
not
through
bad.
it, because this, you know,
Yeah.
the competition's bad enough, let alone just listing what's he
They've got
got?
3 DVDs
Brilliant.
and 6 CDs.
He's got the young ones and all that, lots of TV things, there's some great CDs, yeah, go on.
Right, so the first one, cryptic clue. This vegetable started life down under. Right? This vegetable started life down under. The initials KO. Right? KO. This vegetable started life down under. Second one, the things that you normally find on the beach, right, have been found floating around the moon. Right?
Yeah.
That's, I think it's TS.
You think it's TS?
Yeah.
You set the questions, but you're not sure.
So the things you normally find on the beach have been found floating around the moon, right? And the last one, well, if you put that many in the post, I'm surprised I didn't receive one. Right?
He thinks they're great!
Well,
He thinks he's brilliant!
well, you know, if you put that many in the post, I'm surprised I didn't receive one.
Is it like Tim? He did all them. Yeah.
The initials there, FC.
FC.
FC, right? So you email in the answers, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Monkey needs still to come, but now the answers to Rockbusters. Right, do the clues.
All right, the first clue was this vegetable started its life down under. The initials were KO. That was Collie Osborne, right? Collie Osborne. The second one was...
No, what are we letting that go?
Yep. We haven't got time, mate.
Well, it's just not the word.
We haven't got time, mate.
Also, cauliflowers don't start down under. They're on top. It's not like carrots.
No,
or
down under is in Osborne.
Osborne, born in Osborne.
Osborne.
Right.
Collie. I thought you meant starting. Her name's not Collie.
Right, the second one was the things that you normally find on the beach. Right, they've been found floating around the moon. That's the space shells. Right, specials. Just tweak it a bit.
This is rubbish. I mean, no, this isn't even funny though. I mean, they're no good at all.
Cryptic.
It's not cryptic. It's
say
wrong.
cryptic.
It's
They
not
always say
cryptic.
The last one was, if you put that many in the post, I'm surprised I didn't receive one.
Go on.
That's FC 50 cent. Right?
What?
50 cent. It was 50 cent and I didn't receive any, so
Collie Osborne. Collie. Her name's not Collie. Her name is not Collie.
doesn't matter.
Well
It does matter.
Well done to Gina Ferry, who has emailed in. She's got all those answers right.
Just emailing your address and that.
Yeah, email that.
You're such an idiot, Carl.
As are you, Gina.
Alright. We're doing Rockbusters?
Go on then.
Right, we brought it back. This is where I give a cryptic clue
Well,
and some initials, and you work it out and you win some stuff.
I was going to tell you what the prizes are. Needless to say, they're mediocre prizes for a mediocre quiz.
sure, okay, yeah. Well, it's DVDs and VHS. Yeah, VHS. Who's doing that?
Right, so there's three of them, and what you can do now, we've tweaked it a bit. You can text in. Right, so you can email or text.
We've tweaked it a bit.
83XFM is the text, or it's ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Is that what it is? 83 XFM?
That's it.
That is good, though, and it's convenient, because who's got their laptop up and running and texting? So it's just your phone. Brilliant.
Right.
Mine couldn't do that. I don't know how to do that on my phone. I don't know how to get...
What do you mean? What do you mean?
My brother wanted my postcode. He said text it to me. I couldn't work out how to do WC and 1.
Because you're an old man. It's
So I had
technology.
to write out WC1.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Because I didn't know how to do it. It won't do it for me. It's ridiculous. Go on.
Well, it's 83936 if you have that problem. Right?
Right, come on, get on with the quiz. I
Right,
don't know. There's too many numbers.
Three clues. Here we go. First one is this Teletubby has got lice. Right?
This Teletubby has got lice.
This Teletubby has got lice.
Right.
The initial there is P, so it's a band or an artist that starts with P, and the clue is this Teletubby has got lice. Right?
Yep.
Second one.
I'm really already not holding out much hope for this. Working out. Go on.
Right. Second one. I've just messed that first one up.
Oh, for Christ.
But when I give it out later, I'll sneak it in without, right? Just don't repeat anything I say.
You're an idiot.
Listen,
You really are an idiot. No, play a record. Play a record. Play a record. You're a fool. Play a record.
let me just...
No. You've ruined it. You're an idiot.
It's on. Ludicrous.
Red Vines by Amy Mann. Brilliant, that, isn't it?
Very good.
On XFM 104.9. Well, Carl mucked up Rockbusters, as usual. I mean, you know what? I like it when he mucks up early because it doesn't waste people's lives for 40 minutes realising he's mucked it up at the end. Yeah. So, obviously, people are already... They know what it is. They know what it is already. They've said, well, it's police, isn't it? You meant to say nits instead of lice. Yeah. You're an idiot. So that one's gone. So what have we got next?
Right, so that's just an idea. If you haven't heard it before, that's how my head works. Right, this Teletubby has got nicks.
So Poe.
P, so Poe is a Teletubby.
Yeah. So when he says cryptic, it's not only what the answer is, it's what the question was meant to be.
Sure.
So...
Alright, so there's only two, so you've got even a better chance of winning than that.
Well...
So, second one is, I'm saving that money to buy condoms. Alright? Think about it.
Easy, too easy.
JC.
Yeah,
right,
well that's too... So everyone's got that one. I feel like saying it now.
Yeah, but
so
don't
well, that's
say
rubbish.
That. Yeah, but you've got to have an easy one in there, otherwise people get bored, don't
First one was easy, we gave them the answer.
Yeah, but hang on.
That's the easiest one we've ever had. It's police.
And the second one is...
Yeah.
When you're making bread, add a little bit of colour for a change. Alright? When you're making bread, add a little bit of colour, just change things a little bit.
What do you
right? D.
Just D.
Just D. Right? So, what you've got there, I'm saving that money to buy condoms. The initials JC.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah. Next.
And when you're making some bread, just chuck some colour in there. You know what I mean? Change it.
Like the clue. The clue changes every time. The clue changes every time. Unlike the Times crossword, the clue changes every time it's said.
83XFM is what it takes, or it's ricky.gervais at xfm.co.uk.
Rubbish. Pointless.
Anyway, just rather than reading out the A to Z, right? Are we doing Rockbusters answers?
Oh! Yeah. Go on then.
Listen, this is Bill. This has got Chris Moyles, the breakfast show on Radio 1. This sort of stuff.
Go on.
Have we got a winner, Steve?
We have. I'll check that in a minute.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. Well, you find a good winner.
Yeah.
The Rockbusters clues. The first one was this Teletubby has got nicks.
Oh, yeah.
Done that. That was Police.
Yeah,
Right.
rubbish. You ruined it.
Right. The second one. I'm saving that money to buy condoms.
Too easy, Johnny Cash.
That was Johnny Cash.
Rubbish.
And the third one was when you're making bread, add a bit of colour for a change and sort of, change the colour a bit. Right? That was Dido. You got that? Give us a winner.
Well, the reason I've given this person the prize is just because she's from Switzerland.
Sure.
She's listening in Geneva in Switzerland, so good luck to Tina. And she wins those prizes.
Who did she want to win the war?
Don't know, I don't think she had an opinion.
Really? You sure?
Yeah.
They say that, but I reckon they wanted us to win, really. I reckon so.
Do you think that was true of all the wars? They were always on our side, really?
I'd get her to just, if she's still in there, who did most Swiss people, maybe sort of like over 50, want to win the war? England or Germany?
War or the original war?
The Second World War.
The best one?
Yeah, the main one. But so just as a poll, in her opinion, so ask people over sort of like 50 or 60, right? Just quickly do it in the next 10 minutes. Who did they really? They're neutral, but who did they really want to win? England,
we know you were neutral, but
but who do you want to win? England or Germany? We come up with great games, don't we? Eh? Go on.
Well, you know how it works. Cryptic clue.
It's not really cryptic. It's usually wrong.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Right. So the first one, there's three of them. You get them right, you win the stuff. First one.
I'll get them close, because you could win this if you got one right, possibly.
If you go to Chepstow, you will.
Was that a clue or is that a point? Is that something?
That's a clue.
Right.
All
Say
right.
that again.
If you go to Chepstow, you will.
And what are the initials?
Just S. Right. Second one. E.T. is upset. What's up with him? Right. E.T. is upset. What's he upset for? What's wrong with him? Right.
Different. So not cryptic, so go on.
M.E. The initials there.
N-E?
M.
M-E.
M for mother. M.E. Right. And the third one. I had a tape with.
Jesus. Imagine Bob Holness doing this against in the gold run against the clock. Right. I had a tape. No, I had a tape with some.
Listen. I had a tape with like Humpty Dumpty on it. And Hickory Dickory Dock and that on it, but I broke it. All right.
Constantly listening it to try to figure them out.
Trying to solve the crime.
Exactly.
Who pushed Humpty?
Yeah.
The initials there, B.R. Right. So, first one. If you go to Chepstow, you will. The initial there, S. E.T.'s upset. What's up with him? What's up with E.T.?
What's up with E.T.? E.T.'s upset. What's up with E.T.?
Yeah. The initials there, M-E, is that right?
Let's go through that one more time. If you go to Chepstow,
They're like
right,
jazz questions.
Yeah, exactly. It's
just a free for all.
Exactly, yeah. E.T.'s a bit upset. What's that? Hey, dude, what's the matter, man?
And they had a tape with like Humpty Dumpty on it, Hickory Dickory Dock, stuff like that. Doesn't work anymore. What's gone on there? Right?
What's gone on there?
B.R.
First time we said, well, you broke it.
I broke it then.
Is that important or not?
Yeah. I broke it.
And it's B.
B.R.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, well you can text if you have a mobile phone. So everyone, there's no excuse to not take part. 83XFM is the text, 83XFM.
I think I know what the B might stand for.
And otherwise it's ricky.gervais at xfm.co.uk. We'd love to hear from you. Rockbusters.
Yeah, they'd be loving this. Alright. Three clues were, first one, if you go to Chepstow you will, right? The initial was S, that was seahorses. Alright. That was the answer there.
I'll give you that.
That's fair enough.
I'll give you that.
E.T.'s upset. What's wrong with E.T.? What's wrong with him?
Yeah, right.
Initials M.E.
Yeah.
What's up with him? He was Missy Elliott. All right, Elliott.
Doesn't count at all.
What?
Doesn't count at all.
Missy Elliott. You know what I mean? What's wrong with E.T.?
What is that?
No, just let him explain it. Sorry, Carl, do it again. Well, I wasn't listening. Do it again.
Elliott, yeah.
Yeah.
He was in E.T.
Yeah, just do the clue again.
Right. E.T.'s upset. He's looking a bit sad and that. What's
What,
up with
E.T.
him?
the extraterrestrial?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Right, and his mate,
Yeah.
who's in it's called Elliot.
Yeah.
Right, he's upset. What's up with him? Well, it's Missy Elliott.
Missy Elliott, what's she got to do with it, though? I don't understand.
No, the way you'd say it, you'd say, "What's up, E.T.?" and it'd go, "Oh, Missy Elliott."
Why would you mention her? I don't understand. Was it a thing in the film?
Missing.
She wasn't even
Oh,
around.
missing?
Oh, Missing Elliott. Oh, no. Oh,
That makes sense, Carl. She's not called Missing Elliott.
It's meant to be about rock stars, though,
that's what
isn't it? Missing Elliott, isn't it? So it's meant to be about rock stars, isn't it?
It's just cryptic, though, isn't it? Cryptic clues. And
Oh, no, that's not cryptic. That's shit. You.
Right, the third one. I had a tape, and it had Humpty Dumpty on it, and
I love when he says Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty.
Hickory Dickory Dock and that.
Yeah.
But the tapes broke.
Yeah.
That was BR, Buster Rhymes.
Say that again, I dozed off.
Sorry, I don't understand. What do you mean?
Oh, who's the winner, Steve?
No, it doesn't. No, do you mean busted?
Well, it's kind of like that. Cryptic.
No, it's not. No, cryptic doesn't mean change it, so it's not the same.
Steve, who's the winner? We got loads of right answers, so...
It's interesting, this email
It's weird,
system,
isn't
it flashes up suspected spam. Spam is that stuff that gets sent around the internet.
Yeah.
And it flashes that up if it thinks it's going to be a spam email. And every time it comes in with a Rockbusters answer, it just says suspected spam. In a sense. In a way. Let's give it to Catherine Jakeways from Hackney. She's got those
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Over to you. This is the time where we play, well, the world famous quiz, isn't it?
Rockbusters, isn't it?
Yeah. Which is Blackbusters, but with music. See you later.
Cryptic clues and that. Do you want to say?
Not
Steve?
really. Not really cryptic, but go on.
We've got a number of DVDs to give away, including some teachers' DVDs. We've got a bunch of CDs here, and also Ricky Gervais's live stand-up DVD.
Animal, brilliant,
which
cool.
is not good at all. I really would not encourage people to buy that. It is weak observations, poorly performed. I would recommend The Office Series 2 on DVD.
Rubbish
That's
in that.
still
I'm
available.
awful in that. You can actually see me forgetting some of my lines.
That's true.
Go on.
Right then, so cryptic clues. Just an example, might be new, I reckon. People will be staying in today because it's raining and that, so might not have heard it before. So, like...
Or they have and they're not listening.
yeah. Well, whatever.
Oh, good. You gave up on that, did you?
Well, give us an example of the sort of thing.
Jeez.
All right, maybe don't.
Listen,
Say that long.
I'm a broadcaster.
Yeah, words are my tool.
Go on.
Alright, forget that.
Come on, Baldy.
Right, three clues then. Here's the first one. It's a band or an artist.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to the northeast. What are you going there for?
Good point. Good question.
Right?
Yeah, it would have been why you're going to the northwest. That's a different matter. Go
Going
on.
to the northeast. What are you going there for?
Yeah.
Right? S is the initial, so it's a band or an artist who starts with an S, and that's the clue. Right? Second one. She's related to the man in the lamp. Right? That's G. Right? She's related to the man in the lamp. Right? And the third one is the Jamaican fella would love to live there, but it's a little bit pricey.
Oh, God, I feel an accent coming
That's
on.
one way you're going to have to think about it with the accent.
I imagine.
Initials there, DS for that one. Right? So the Jamaican fella would love to live there, but, it's a bit dear and that, a bit pricey. So,
So give us some again quickly.
right, the first one, I'm going to the northeast. What are you going there for? That's S. She's related to the man in the lamp, That's G.
Changes a
and
bit.
the Jamaican fella would love to live there, but a little bit pricey. And that's
Okay.
DS, so email in or text and that.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. What's
Or
the
text 83XFM. What's
with
that?
those prizes?
All right,
Brilliant.
play some ads?
Yeah. It's bad enough trying to keep them listening with the rubbish we come out with.
Yeah, we've got Rockbusters here. Let's get them back. Right?
Come on then. Right, has anyone got all three?
No.
No, right, okay, so there's some... I'm going to ban Rockbusters. Okay, go on then, what are the clues again? Tell me the answers.
Well, give us the ones that they did get.
All right. Well, they did get... she's related to the man in the lamp.
What's that?
That was G.
Gina.
That was Genesis. Right?
Genesis.
Like Genesis. So the sister of the genie, Genesis, they got that one.
No. What's the band's name?
Genesis.
No,
Genesis.
say the band name. Genesis. Right, okay. Well, I don't get it, because Genie is nothing like that.
Well, they did, so don't worry about it. Stop worrying about the ads, stop worrying about that, right? The third one was, the Jamaican fella would love to live there.
Go on.
But it's a little bit pricey.
Go on.
Right? That
What was the initial?
DS. Deer Streets.
What?
It's a Deer Street to live on.
Deer Streets, oh yeah, I haven't heard of them. But what are they, a band?
That's Dire Straits.
No, it's not Dire Straits! It's not Dire Straits, Deer Streets!
The Jamaican fella.
Go on, make it sound like that.
Deer Streets. Deer Streets.
Do it again, no, it's still not, keep going. I haven't got it yet, go on.
Deer Streets.
Deer Streets.
They got that one as well, so...
All right, well, let's hear the one they did
Can I
get.
do an impression of a Jamaican fella saying Dire Straits?
Right.
Dire Straits.
The first
It's not the same.
The first one I struggled with was I'm going to the northeast. What are you going there for?
Well, you know, when you say struggled with, no one got this.
No one got it.
Go on then.
Didn't even attempt it.
Okay, go on, the northeast.
I'm
What?
going to the northeast. What are you going there for? Seal.
Seal? What?
Hull's up in the northeast. Isn't it?
Hull is, yeah, see Hull, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I haven't
what are you
heard of them
going
either.
there for?
So
Not
that's-
a seal, right? So that works.
Who's Seal?
Seal.
Oh, Seal. What's that got to do with the north, though?
Seal. That's the way I'd say it. Isn't it?
Okay, that's the end of Rockbusters.
Unbelievable.
That's the end of Rockbusters.
I can't believe we even brought it back, Rick.
Right? I'm serious, that's the end of Rockbusters.
Can I be honest with you?
Go on.
I'd love to hear some adverts now instead of that.
Well,
So would I. Adverts are better than that.
I'm just saying Laura.
Doesn't matter.
Laura's
Fine.
the one with
Well done, Laura.
Right? She
Well
hasn't
done,
got
Laura.
two, but we'll give her that.
Yeah, just play the ads. I'm actually looking forward to the ads.
Really looking forward to it. I hope there's a Kiss and make up.
Yeah.
Carl, we've had an email, some old Rockbusters. Someone's emailed in, they wonder if you can get some of your old Rockbusters clues, your old genuine Rockbusters clues. I know Rockbusters has come back.
Well, of course he
today,
can. It's the way his brain works.
Well, indeed, but I think you'll... maybe you can also enjoy the challenge, Rick.
Yeah.
And you at home.
I remember them as well, because I remember how angry they made me.
Here's some old Rockbusters. That army's got some well-nice trenches. DW.
That army's got some well-nice trenches.
DW.
No?
Dandy Warhols.
That one works.
It's not bad, is it?
That's why I didn't get that one, because it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. She's only got one sticker left.
It was actually he's only got one together.
Oh, okay. He's only got one sticker left.
The band, His Last Sticker.
He's
With Justine Bridgman, yeah, His Last Sticker. They were brilliant, weren't they? What happened to His Last Sticker? Are they still going?
He'll strap some chocolate to your feet. That's A. A band or artist, A. He'll strap some chocolate to your feet.
Go on.
Aerosmith. I don't know really what that means, but... And finally, you'll have to...
Aero Cobbler.
Oh, yeah.
The well-known Aero Cobbler.
And you'll have to stick her in the oven. AB. You have to stick her in the oven.
See, he thinks blacksmith means like just shoes. Like it's not the smith. It's the smith art. A smith is just a right, isn't it? So it doesn't work. I don't know. Aerosmith. What does that mean, Carl? What does that mean?
Come on, you'll have to stick her in the oven. AB.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is it?
but it doesn't work.
Apparently it does. You'll have to stick her in the oven. AB. Single or artist.
What, Anita Baker?
Anita Baker.
Why you have to stick her in the oven?
I need to bake her.
Oh, I need to. But why didn't you say like you'll have to get his hair cut and put a nice white chef's hat on? That's Anita Baker.
See, that works.
That works, Carl. I need to bake her. Doesn't work. It is shite.
Okay, well, listen. Before you judge, listen to today's Rockbusters.
Okay.
They're here with us now. Here's Karl Pilkington.
Brought it back just for Christmas. I've only got two really because I was trying to work one out before, right, in my little room. I was looking at different band names, thinking, what can I do? Couldn't concentrate because Ricky was in there trying to spray deodorant all over the place. Right?
So you should have done them yesterday.
You should have shut me out.
Right.
So there's just 2. Brilliant.
Well, I've kind of got an idea for the third one.
fine.
I'll have a go.
Yeah.
Right, so anyway, the first one.
Should we play a record and come back to this? 'Cause
We'll
this
do
is
it
good,
quickly, we'll do it.
No, play a record. It's rubbish.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Libertines.
Useless.
Give me the gifts, let me have a little play.
I'm going to big it up. You're there. Do you know what I mean? Come on.
Right, here's the first clue. Clue one.
Come on. Come on!
Shut up.
Come on!
Can't do any photos because it's been nicked by a German.
What?
Clue 1. Rockbusters, clue 1.
Okay, this is Rockbusters with Karl Pilkington. Go!
I can't do any photos because it's been nicked by a German.
And what's the initial?
AC. Right?
Next.
Second clue. If you keep eating, this bit of your body will get bigger. PC. PC. It's an artist or a band. Who is it? PC. If you keep eating, this part of your body will get bigger, right?
Yeah.
And the last one I'm not really sure about. If you...
He's actually winging it now. Imagine if this was Mastermind. I'm not sure about it. I know your specialist subject
Come
is,
on! Okay, go!
The place where you go to take your dog a walk and that.
The place where you go to take your dog a walk.
Forget it.
No, we'll do it! No, do it! Get you. Tim Burgess. Oh, my collar's on, is that? What's that mean?
I have no idea.
Phone in if you know.
No, I don't.
Oh, email then, at least. I'd like to know these things.
Sure. We were doing Rockbusters just before the ads and the record. Rick, I know you were enjoying it.
Yeah, come on, get this clue out, Carl. There's 3. What is it?
Right, the first one was...
No, we don't got the first 2. What's
Can't
the
do any
third?
photos because it's been nicked by a German.
Yeah.
Second one, if you keep eating, this bit of your body will keep getting bigger.
Yeah, it's different every time. Go on, what's the third one?
Where you take your dogs for a walk and that, or you might go there on a Sunday.
What?
Sort of...
Oh, Jesus. Right.
Rick, just be quiet for just a moment.
Right, okay, do this clue. Right, start from now. This is the third Rockbuster clue.
That was a Freudian slip.
Yeah, God, we'll get done. Right, go on then, go.
Where you take your dog a walk, or you might go there on a Sunday and that. People sort of might taste that area. Right?
You are, it's rubbish.
AP.
Right, well, the other one's
AP.
AP as well.
AP.
What? I
AP.
see.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
AP.
A quick reminder of them again with the initials. Quick,
Oh,
go.
this is such
The
rubbish.
first one, can't do any photos because it's been nicked by a German. Second one, if you keep
What was the
eating...
initial?
AC. If you
Don't
keep,
get annoyed, that's what this game's about, the initials.
Yeah,
if you keep eating, this bit of your body will get bigger. That's PC.
right.
Right? And where you take your dog maybe on a Sunday and you go for a walk there and that, have a taste of it.
Different.
AP, just email in and some stuff.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
What rubbish. I wonder why we stopped this game.
Well, I think it's probably exhausted and he needs to go to some kind of volcanic dust island for a holiday.
With no water. Just to... We should do that then.
Well, let's finish one thing and move on. Jesus, calm down. All right,
Right.
Rockbusters.
Let's get this third one out of the way 'cause it's tricky.
When you say tricky,
It's tricky to say.
The initials were AP. It was...
when you take
You
your
take
dog
your
out
dog-
on that,
you
or
take
maybe
your
on a
dog
Sunday,
there.
you know.
Come on, then,
Just
finish.
take-
Rick!
You take your dog there, you might go there on a Sunday, have a taste of it when you're there. Right, that was AP.
The answer.
Alex Parks, right?
Alex Parks.
Yeah. It kind of doesn't work, that one.
But
That one doesn't work, I know. It's
you know that one doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, well that's
Well,
fine.
that's
That's
what I
fine.
was trying to work out when you were messing around. That's why it's not good.
Okay, come on. No, the other ones.
The first one was the German
These are gonna be
fella
brilliant.
can't do any photos because it's been nicked.
The German fella can't do any photos because it's been nicked.
That was
The initials were?
AC.
I've got it.
I took,
Right, it's Aztec camera.
Yeah,
But what's that got to do with the German fella nicking it?
because the way he'd say it, he'd be like, you know, Aztec camera. So why aren't you taking any pictures? Can't. Why? Aztec camera.
Why is that German?
Just sounds a bit.
Right, do you know that's rubbish then as well? You know that one doesn't work, do you?
And the second one was, if you keep eating, this bit of your body will get bigger. PC, yeah. Phil colons. Phil.
It's honestly right, Carl.
Collins, Phil
Honestly,
Collins.
right, okay. I don't know what the PC term is for this, but I honestly think I think you're quite bright. You know, I think you're quite streetwise and all that things. But I actually think, I've got to be so careful here not to offend people. But I think you might be.
Could you maybe describe it for a sound?
You might be educationally subnormal. Does that worry you? No.
I've got by all right. I'm not going to worry about it now. You know what I mean? I'm 30. Do you know what I mean? Why start worrying about it now?
You've got the mind of a 12-year-old.
So what? Do you know what I mean? I don't worry about stuff. If you don't know about stuff, you don't worry about it. So I'm happy.
Well, if he's educationally subnormal, I'm afraid also Matt Briggs of South East London is as well. He got all three right.
Well done.
Yeah.
Rockbusters?
Yeah, brilliant.
Right then, this is where I give you a little cryptic clue and some initials, and it sort of makes up a band or an artist and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sort of being the opposite phrase.
Yeah. Let's see how we read this clue.
Yeah.
This is going to sound like Oscar Wilde.
Clue number one.
3 different clues. Clue
Oscar
number
Wilde was
one.
Chinese, apparently. Yeah, it was illegal then.
Right. Will you leave the entrance to my garden alone?
Sorry?
Will you leave the entrance to my garden alone?
Are we back on the gating, or is this? This is the clue.
That's the clue. Right. Clue for Rockbusters number 1. Will you just leave the entrance to my garden alone? Will you?
Right, that doesn't count because I know what it is.
And what were the initials?
What are the initials?
GG.
Correct.
Yeah, right, but you've got to pronounce the artist correctly. I'll pronounce the artist, because I know what it is. No, when the answer comes, I'll pronounce the artist.
Right, can we just focus, please, on the quiz? Go. What was the clue again? Give it again.
Will you leave the entrance to my garden alone? Stop messing with it. Right? GG.
Okay.
Right?
Next.
Doesn't count.
Next.
Incorrect.
Don't phone, but you can send a message on my mobile if you want. Right? That's
Yeah.
T. It's another little easy one. And the last one, we were sharing out the mail sheet.
Right, that doesn't count either.
Can we just fuck
I know what that is. I know what that is.
I don't care. We'll come to that later.
Yeah.
And number 3, we were sharing out the mail sheet, and I think I got the best one. Right? DG.
DG.
Yeah. So quickly again, will you leave the entrance to my garden alone?
Yeah.
Stop messing about with it.
Yeah.
Right? GG. Don't phone, but you can send us a message on my mobile if you want. Right? That was T. And the last one, we were sharing out the mail sheet, and I got the best one. So that's good. Right? DG.
All right. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Have we got any prizes?
You want to look?
Well, don't worry about it.
This is
Don't worry about it.
pathetic.
Have we got any prizes?
Just, look, the
Yeah,
clues
fine.
are rubbish, the clues don't work, the show... this is pathetic. Play a record.
That's what it should be called. And the clues don't work.
On XFM 104.9.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's Rockbusters results, isn't it?
Okay.
All right.
Brilliant.
Do you want the prizes, by the way?
Not really.
Not bothered?
No.
Right, some videos and DVDs and that, some good stuff. in there.
VHS, right?
Couple.
$4.99.
Is that one
TV
about weather?
titles. What?
That's the weather one. That's going to be on telly. Donald McIntyre.
Oh, yeah.
That's in there, if you want that.
Yeah. He reckons Donald McIntyre ripped him off because he did a thing about how much it costs to have a chimp, cheap as chimps. What was the other thing you think someone ripped you off? Rockbusters?
Ken Bruce on Radio 2 is doing Songs of Phrase. He was doing that over Christmas. I took 1 week off. He's in there.
And when he heard that Donald McIntyre was doing a programme about wind, he thought he was moving on Auntie Nora.
So the first one, will you leave the entrance to my garden alone? Right, that was the cryptic clue. the initials were GG.
Yeah.
That was Gareth Gates.
Gareth Gates. Gareth. What would you say?
Gareth Gates.
No, but it's Gareth Gates, isn't it? So, why would you say to someone Gareth? Is that like what's that, a Manchester thing when you say Gareth?
Gareth Gates.
Gareth Gates, Gareth Gates, the bloke who came second in Popeye, yeah, Gareth Gates.
So that's the first
What was
one.
that about getting off the thing though? Leave my entrance alone though? I don't understand what it's got to do with leaving the entrance alone.
The gate
Gareth,
to the
well, no,
garden.
not the gates bit, but what's Gareth got to do
The
with
second one
it?
was
Ignoramus.
don't phone, but you can send me a message on my mobile if you want.
Yeah.
The initials T.
Yeah.
Text us, right? Just
No, it's text. The word's text.
Yeah,
So you'd have to say
text
text me.
text us.
Text, what do you mean? No, text me. What's that?
The third one was we were sharing out the male sheep and that. Right?
Yeah.
I got the best one, DG, right? We were sharing out the male sheep.
Get
I
to
got the
it.
best
It
one.
doesn't work anyway. Get to it. What is it?
Delta Good Ram.
Delta Good Ram. You were Delta Good Ram.
Delta Good Ram. All right. So who's the winner?
We're going to give it to Stephen Gunning from Tooting. He's got all of those right. I don't know how, but well done to him, and he wins some crap in a jiffy bag.
Literally.
You too, Alex and him?
Yeah. Please welcome to the stage Karl Pilkington's Rockbusters.
All right. Right, so cryptic clues,
No, not
initials,
cryptic.
and you work it out, you email in and that.
Yeah.
First one.
Yeah.
Don't be stealing my tools. Take your sister's. All right, and the initials MK.
Don't be stealing the tools. Take my sister's.
Yeah, so that's like the cryptic clue, and the initials of the artist or band is MK. All right. Second one. Buy it if you want. Not bothered. Think about it. Come back. Right. Come back if you want.
Start again, Karl. No, start page two. Right, start that second one again.
Right. Well, you can back.
It's different. Well, the first one was buy it. Well, no, this one was yeah. Well, write it down. Buy it. Right. Do it. Do it. If it's a cryptic clue, all the letters count. Do it.
Buy it if you want. I'm not that bothered. You know. Think about it. Come back. Check some other places out first before you know.
That was a crossword clue in the Times. So we've got no time for other clues. Right.
So that's SC.
Right. Do that clue again.
SC for that one, right? And the final one, that's good, I can play 10-pin bowling again.
Okay, what's the clue?
That's O for that one. O. Alright, so...
Okay, now I assume that I'm not going to bother to look, but I assume there's a jiffy bag of tax which people can win. Alright, well, great, good luck. Ricky.gervais@xfms.co.uk is the email address.
Thorns?
No, buy it if you want. Of course you can come back, have a look round. I'm open Wednesdays, by the way. Shut up, I'll see you later. Carl.
Shall we have the Rockbusters answers? We've got to get that tax out of the way.
Love to. Number one was, don't be stealing my tools, take your sister's. The initials were NK. That was Nick Ersall, right?
Nick Ersall?
Nick Ersall, 80s.
I don't know. I've never heard of that band.
Nick Kershaw.
Nick Kershaw. Oh, yeah, Nick Kershaw, yeah. Nick... sorry, what? I don't understand it. Nick... How does Nick Kershaw...
Second one.
No!